All right, we are live on YouTube. Let's get live on the feed here. One sec. Hey, what's going on? It's Quinn David Furness. Welcome to my show. Quinn David Furness presents the Beantown podcast for February 22nd, 2022-26. What's happening? What's going on? How are you? My name is Quinn, and this is my program. Quinn David Furness presents the Beantown podcast. It is the 9th annual Beantown Pledge Drive Telethon Fundraiser. If you are watching live on YouTube, you can give us a call. 815-298-7200. That's the number to call to get on the show. We've got games, we've got wine, we've got hijinks, we've got dogs over here. And we're live on YouTube. If you're listening after the fact, that's great as well. I was really excited because I got my tablet set up to go live on Instagram. And the second I say, hell yeah, let's do it, let's go live, I get a notification from Instagram saying you have to have over 1,000 followers, which seems pretty steep to go live on Instagram. So we are just freewheeling it here. We're on YouTube and we are on the audio feed. What's going on? What's happening? How are you? It's a bummer that you can't go live on YouTube unless you have 1,000 followers. I don't know if any of my friends have 1,000 followers on YouTube. There's probably a couple of people I follow on YouTube that have 1,000 followers, but they're not like, friends or anything. They're more public figures. And it's a bummer because I used to have buddies that would go live on YouTube on Instagram rather, from time to time to, play some music live or promote something they got coming up. And that's what we were trying to do today, because I know that, YouTube's great social media and stuff, but I think objectively YouTube it's less of like a social, you're checking in with your other friends, day to day, compared to Instagram, where it's like, if someone's going live on YouTube, one of my buddies, it's a very rare chance that I'm going to see it, which probably explains why 0 people are watching the live feed on YouTube. But if you're on Instagram and you're just kind of bumming around, you see the live story, it gets kind of boosted to the top. And that makes you interested. Now you're getting excited. Now you're tuning in and you're saying, oh, let's see what this is all about. And, we just don't have that now, which is really a damn shame. So apologies if you came in hoping to get us live on Instagram, but it doesn't really seem like there's going to be any sort of workaround for that today. So it is what it is. I guess in the meantime, we can give a plug to this great James Baldwin biopic written by Nicholas Boggs that I've not yet gotten to sink my teeth into, but a Christmas present from my family. So looking forward to tuning in there. A reminder, you can call the show live, 815-298-7200. I've got games that we can play if you just want to, hang out and you don't want to play a game, but you want to, guess how many bags or how many pieces of candy we got in this Ziploc makeshift candy bowl. You can go ahead and do that. The bowls reminds me of, let's mention listener discretion advised when you're listening to this program. Number one, it will occasionally use some language. Number two, this podcast is objectively terrible. But there was a Thanksgiving sketch on SNL last night. It wasn't a new episode. We were doing the Roku thing where they've got the live channel going and you get your favorites or your like most recently watched at the top. And right now for us on our Roku TV in our bedroom, it's Little House on the Prairie, 24/7 stream, of course, and then SNL. And last night we couldn't decide what we wanted to watch. We were both kind of tired, not like super engaged, pretty sleepy. I was just kind of threw on whatever. So I threw on the SNL channel, and there was this great Thanksgiving sketch, a pre-tape that I had never seen before, which it was hard to believe. I couldn't believe I'd never seen it because it was right in the era of probably a little bit after like my favorite time period of SNL, right? There's a thing where it's like everyone's favorite part or favorite age of SNL is when you were like 14, 15, 16, something like that. And so for me, that's, kind of like 2008 election era type stuff with Fred Armisen playing Obama and Amy Poehler as Hillary and all that fun stuff. This was from, I don't know, it's probably about 8 or 9 years ago. Cameron Diaz was the host, which I thought was interesting because I can't even name a Cameron Diaz project from the last decade. But it's the same time period. If you know the SNL pre-tape, Let's Do It in My Twin Bed. It's a song. This Thanksgiving thing was the same thing, and kind of in a similar vein, but about visiting for Thanksgiving. And one of the jokes they make is how moms, when you go back and visit them for the holiday, they have bowls for everything, BOWLS. And I thought that was very apropos, but I had never seen this sketch before. It was, it's Kate McKinnon and Cecily Strong and A.D. Bryant, and Cameron Diaz was the host. And yeah, it was good stuff. So that was on our SNL Roku channel last night, shortly before we fell asleep. So I wanted to mention that. I also want to give a big shout out to our friends in Pakistan. Thank you for making us the 112th ranked comedy podcast in the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. I do have some bad news. If you were from Pakistan and you were kind of using the Beantown podcast these last 2 or 3 episodes for your official medal tracker. Sorry, medal tracker. I did do a quick scan of the final Olympic medals results to see where Pakistan fell. Could they get into the top 10, top 15? And they actually left Cortina with 0 medals, unfortunately. So I was looking at it. It was interesting to see the top 10 because Canada wasn't in there. And I feel like without really knowing anything about just, who's good in what sport, and, oh yeah, Canada's, maybe this is a down year, this is a good year for another country. If you just got into my head 2 weeks ago at opening ceremonies and you asked me to bet however much money on Canada being at least in the top 10 for medal count, I would have said, oh yeah, absolutely, no problem. Because who can I name off the top of my head that's more winter than Canada? It's like USA, because we're just, we got God on our side, obviously. Big hockey finish. But other countries that, are always up there, I would say, Scandinavia, obviously, your Norways, your Swedens, your Finlands, and then maybe, your Italy's and your France, your host country. But beyond that, it's like, who else is going to dethrone Canada? And I was like, man, Japan was higher than them. I think the Netherlands was higher than them. I think they expanded the speed skating field of events this year so that Netherlands got like 27 medals in speed skating alone. And yeah, Canada, really embarrassing to not be in the top 10. So stinks to stink. Did we say listener discretion is advised? I think we did. But yeah, U.S. I think was second in medal count after Norway. So big Winter Olympics for us Norwegian heritage Americans out there, because we got the homeland, if you will, going number 1 in Norway. And then we got my country, tis of thee, USA going number 2 in the medal count. So Olympics officially over. We got the closing ceremonies happening, I think, like concurrent to this show. So it's going to be kind of a big ratings battle. We've got 3 live on the YouTube stream. If you're watching right now, thanks again for tuning in. Apologies if you try to come through on Instagram. If you missed it, Instagram only lets you go live if you have 1,000 followers. So we're not doing that. But I don't know how many people, if we got sort of the, what's the name of the company that does the Nielsen ratings for Beantown Podcast 9th annual Pledge Drive Telethon versus closing ceremonies. And I know you're sitting out there, you're thinking, gosh, Quinn, you're just a little ragtag show, one man band, all that sort of stuff. Although we do have Miss Maple over here. Let's get her on the screen as well. There she is. That's more fun than seeing I don't know. Can we have the best of both worlds? Can we get the sign? If you're watching live on YouTube and you're not listening to the audio stream later, we're trying to get the sign going and we're trying to get Maple in the mix. That's as far as the cord goes. It doesn't really look that good, does it? Can we bring it down at all? And it's awkwardly behind me. Get thee behind me, Satan. We're going to do a little, just moving the sign back to where it was. That's okay. You know what show it is. Hi, Maple. Hey, buddy. We're going to do a little Protestant welcome here to get us started because I lost my train of thought. That's okay. I have some wine here in my Nazareth Academy Bulldogs tumbler, which is very exciting. Probably help with SEO for some of those random keywords. Yes, thank you, Walter, for your comment. That's what we were talking about. We were talking about Nielsen ratings. We'll get back to the Protestantism in a second. I did participate. I always wondered my whole life up until 2-3 years ago. I wondered, how does this Nielsen work? How accurate is it? When I was a young naive kid, I thought just like, oh, there must be like, this speaks to a broader theme of my naivety, but I think is well founded. Or I just thought things were a lot more like tracked and organized, generally speaking, when I was a kid. Like I thought, there was like a big police database that has everyone's driver's license, but it's just a state by state thing. I mean, the CIA, FBI probably got that stuff, but I thought as a kid that like so every TV probably feeds into like Nielsen headquarters, right? So they can track exactly who's watching what. And it's not that scientific because Nielsen sent me a mailer. This was probably 2, maybe 3 years ago, saying, hey, I don't even remember what I had to do, but if you, I don't know, track your viewing habits for like a week or something. I don't even remember what I had to do. Did I fill out a survey or something? I don't know, but I filled it out, or maybe it was just like a paper survey that I filled out and mailed it back to them. And they sent me back, I think it was $5. So my data is probably worth more than that, but it's like, hey, Nielsen, yeah, I'll help you out for $5. That'll buy me almost one coffee at the coffee shop downstairs. I think the iced Americanos are up to like $5.99 or something. So that's how Nielsen operates. They don't have a microchip in the back of your smart television. I guess with smart TVs, it'd probably be more feasible now to pull off something like that. But I don't know if Nielsen doesn't quite have that yet. But someone like an Amazon, right? If Amazon makes their own smart TV, they got the Fire Stick, but it's like, okay, so everyone's eventually buying a TV that's an Amazon TV, or like Apple with the iPhone, right? Probably like what, 40-50% of the phones used in the United States are Apple products, so they could probably track that really easily. So we're getting closer. Maybe it's because I probably read 1984 when I was like 15 or 16 or something, and that got me thinking. But our co-host is gone, so we can't do Maple's Minute right now. That's right. It's a special Maple's Minute edition of the Beantown podcast here, season 9. But without further ado, because we've teased this two or 3 minutes ago, let's feature our wine here from Trader Joe's, which will bring us to maybe a talking point because it's fun. It's Moon X. I don't know. I was in a short-lived boy band when I was a kid called X Ravens, which wasn't like Ray Lewis and Ed Reed. It was just the letter X. I don't really know what it meant, but this is from Trader Joe's Moon X. It's a 2023 Goodyear Black Pinot Noir from California. This velvety smooth Black Pinot Noir is reminiscent of the early evening sky just before darkness settles in. Lush aromas of cherry, black plum, and gently toasted oak are followed by jammy, dark fruit flavors, lending richness and depth with just a hint of spice. Enjoy with herb roast pork tenderloin, grilled rosemary chicken, or a pledge drive telethon fundraiser. Right on the label. Look, you can see it. And I actually haven't had a sip yet, so this is our first one. I'm excited. It's like you're drinking the moon. This must be what Buzz Aldrin felt like. One small sip for man, one giant step for mankind. Is that what it is? Giant step, one big step, giant leap, giant steps. John Coltrane. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Live on the 9th annual Pledge Drive Telethon, Quinn sings all 9 minutes of John Coltrane's Giant Steps. He scats it. Which reminds me of Al Jarreau. Oh man, rest in peace, big fella. I was watching a live version of Roof Garden, and he's bebopping and scatting, and he's got the cool kind of backwards hat going on. If you don't know Al Jarreau, Roof Garden, and you want to feel a little pep in your step, it's kind of like the 9th season of the Cosby Show, where it really started to lean into more of like the urban, gritty Harlem vibe. They kind of get out of their cushy Upper West Side Brooklyn. Are they in Brooklyn? There isn't really an Upper West Side of Brooklyn, I don't think. If the Cosbys, they live in Brooklyn? I think so. Anyways, and it's more kind of like that hip urban street vibe. Rest in peace, Malcolm Jamal Warner. Man, we're losing a lot of good ones. Rest in peace, Rondale Moore. Man. Vikings have had 2 players die in the last, 2 years? Was Kyrie Jackson 2 years ago? Something like that. Rest in peace. Rondale Moore, Purdue standout. And if you're feeling down, if you've had multiple knee reconstructions and you need support, seek. It's okay to ask for help. That's what I'll say. Right? Dogs and humans alike, right, Maple? It's okay to ask for help, right, buddy? You want to do an interview with a dog? Well, that'll be good. Hold on to that for 1 second because we had our communion. Oh, we're getting a phone call right before we were about to sing our doxology. Got to get our games lined up here. All right, first phone call of the show. That's very exciting. Let's make sure it's on speakerphone. All right, welcome to the 9th annual Beantown Pledge Drive Telethon Fundraiser. How's it going?
Good. This is Jack.
Hey, Jack. Thanks for calling in. Where are you calling from today?
Calling from the couch. Sitting here with Ty working on a puzzle. And I just made my $50 donation to the United Way of Chicago.
That's very generous.
I logged into the Telethon and I heard you talking about Moon X. I don't know why you're talking about Elon Musk's children, but
that's pretty good. How many kids does he have these days? You might know more about Elon than I do.
No, I really couldn't say. It's privileged information.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate your donation. That's a good reminder to everyone out there listening. You can donate to any charity of your choice. Send us your receipt to beantownpodcast@yahoo.com at $20 or more, and you'll be entered. You will be part of this year's Topaz Elite Club. Doesn't that grind your gears when it's like you're entered to win this and you never win it? It's just a marketing scheme. I hate that.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever won any of that kind of stuff. Yeah. But happy to be back in the Topaz Elite for another year. I don't know how many years running this is, but it's probably about the longest I've stuck with anything in my life.
Well, we appreciate having you. It's good to have your core group of supporters. We got a bunch of games here. You interested in playing a game?
Yeah, what you got?
All right, here are the different games we have. I think we got 6 prepared. You're first to the buffet table, your smorgasbord, if you will. So you got your pick of the litter. It's kind of like Maple, except I assume she was the last pick of the litter, but that's just my assumption. Here's the games we have, the categories or the game title. So we have rock and roll. We have 10 longest rivers of Asia. That one's pretty self-explanatory. We have presidential campaign slogans. We have on my sheet here, it says county, but it should probably be country. Name the country by Winter Olympic host city. But if you want to do county as well, we could do that. I just have to probably do some deeper research live on air. We have It's Movie Time. And then we have, it was originally going to be liquor, but it turned into breweries, and name the state that brewery is located in. So those are the choices.
All right, lots of good options. You said the Olympic one. It reminds me. I'm going to save that for my dad. I think he'll be good at that. Had a trivia question the other day that was to name all of the cities that have hosted the Winter Olympics twice.
That's a tough question.
It was a tough one, and I don't remember any of the answers off the top of my head, but we came up with a couple of them. Not my strong suit, though. I think, if I ever get really seriously into trivia, one of the first things I need to do after getting my presidents and vice presidents straight is I'm going to need to hone that Olympic knowledge. That's a good, discrete universe. I think I'm going to go for the states and breweries.
All right.
That seems right up my alley.
All right. I got 6 for you. And it's pretty straightforward. There's not a lot of tricks in here. So I think maybe one tiny little asterisk, but I think it's actually going to be right up your alley. So I'm not too worried about it.
All right, I'm ready for it.
All right. And I tried to, I didn't think that this was super low hanging, but I know that you have experience with at least maybe one or two of these. So this should be good for you. Number one. So again, you're naming the state based off of the brewery. The brewery is Athletic Brewing.
Athletic Brewing. Okay. Familiar with their beer. Had it a couple times. I don't know if I know what state it's in, though. Give me a geographic region of the country.
Nor'easter.
Is it Maine?
No, it's not Maine, but you're pretty warm.
It's not Maine. Nor'easter. Is it in Connecticut?
It is Connecticut. There it is. Okay. Athletic Brewing. And to this day, I don't think I've ever had a Athletic NA beer. Every year Dry January rolls around and I tell people like, oh, you know what NA beers or mocktails are you doing? And to me, it's, if I'm drinking a NA beer, it's not that I'm like breaking the Dry January thing, but for me, it's much more like I'm just trying to go avoid the whole topic entirely. So with that in mind, I've never actually had a NA beer from Athletic, but I know they've gotten pretty popular in the past couple of years here.
Yeah, they're not bad. It's you have to sort of just align your expectations accordingly, I guess. And there's sort of a spectrum of NA options that I've experienced. There are ones that are almost more like a seltzer, and then Athletic actually tastes more like a beer, and it's not bad. I like it. A little lighter, good for the weekdays.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks for the recommendation, or the breaking it down, I guess, the suggestion.
Review.
Yeah, review. There you go. All right, here we go.
You got to do better with this one.
Number 2 out of 6. And if you ask me to break this one down by geographic region, I don't think I'll be able to, because the name of the brewery is Great Lakes Brewing.
Okay. Well, yeah, that sort of does a lot of the work there. This is a Cleveland brewery, right? In Ohio?
Believe so. Yeah, it is in Ohio. Have you been watching? Go ahead.
I think they've got a beer called the Edmund Fitzgerald Porter or something like that.
I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, it's dark. It's delicious. It's good stuff. You can find it. I guess it's ubiquitous. You see it all over the place. So yeah, Edmund Fitzgerald. What is that? Was that Chris Christopherson who sang that one?
I think you're thinking of the Canadian legend from the North, Gordon Meredith Lightfoot.
That's it. Pretty close.
Close-ish.
I had something else on Great Lakes and I forgot what it was. Oh, well. Maybe it'll come back to me. All right. Here we go. Number 3, Allagash Brewing.
Allagash. Okay. I don't know if I've ever had a beer of theirs that was not Allagash White. Do they make anything else?
I haven't either, as far as I know, but Allagash White you see pretty commonly around the place.
Yeah, it's a pretty good classic offering. Is that one from Maine?
It is from Maine. Yep, it is. Allagash is from Maine. All right, nice. You're doing pretty well. And I think not to put words in your mouth, but I think this back half is going to be pretty friendly to you as well. Starting with number 4, Surly Brewing.
Surly, okay, all right. I know this one. They had some sort of stout I was really into in college. I used to go to Evanston First Liquors, EB1. A 4-pack. That is Twin Cities based in Minnesota.
Yeah,
nice.
It's Minneapolis, right next to the university. What do they call the?
I've been to that brewery. Have you?
Yeah, we went a couple years ago. You and Walter and I, we went together.
Oh. Wait, is that where we went for the game that one time, or is that something else?
That's where we went the night before.
Oh, you know what? Now it's coming back.
Yeah, they got a big old beer hall. It's good stuff.
Big beer hall. Yep. Okay. All right. Well, Stand corrected.
Their
That's a good one.
flagship is Surly Furious. It's a red can and it's a butt kicker. It's like a, I don't know, 7% IPA or something like that. It's pretty good.
That's right. I wish I could remember what I got there. I have no idea.
It's all right. It's got plenty of opportunities in the future to have one again. We got to get back out to a game ASAP. All right. Surly Brewing, Minnesota. All right. Here comes number 5. It is Three Floyds Brewing.
Three Floyds. Yes. I know this one. It's in Indiana, right?
It is. I think it's in Munster or somewhere around there. It sounds right, but I don't know if that's actually.
I was going to say Munster, and then I couldn't remember if Munster is a real place.
I'm pretty sure it is. I've never been.
Is.
Yeah, Muncie is Indianapolis area, I think.
Three Floyds. They make a beer called Zombie Dust that I like a lot.
Zombie Dust, and then I think Three Floyds is they do Gumball Head as well.
Yeah, that's like a wheat ale.
Yep. You see that one oftentimes around here in Chicago.
Yeah, they do some good stuff.
Yeah. All right, you've made it to the final one, question 6, and I got to tell you, I think this is one for maybe one or two different reasons that not a lot of people would get, but I think you can get this one. So here it is, number 6. Name the state. Ocean Lab Brewing. There was an asterisk at the start of this game as well.
Yeah, is this a bit of a trick question?
Just a bit.
Are we overlooking the sandy beaches of Puerto Rico when we're drinking at this brewery?
It's a great view. There's a little club out there, and then you got a perfect view of the ocean. Man, it's a good spot. I love Ocean Lab Brewing in the east part of San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Yeah, it's by Carolina. Is that the name of the neighborhood over there by the airport?
It's something like that. That's not quite what it is, I don't think, but it starts with a C. I don't know. You're spot on. Yeah, it's right by the airport. It's a great spot.
Yeah. Love that spot. Went there, I think, just one time. But yeah, great spot.
Yeah, we enjoyed it as well. I think we went. That was the first thing we did when we got off the plane, and it was the last thing we did before we got back on the plane. So, and our YouTube comment says you're right, Carolina Beach. So you were spot on with that.
Bonus points.
Yeah, very well done. Well, those were the 6 breweries that we had in their accompanying states and territories. You did very well.
Well, thank you. I'm honored.
Mm-hmm.
I'll throw one back at you.
Sure.
Just random one popped into my head. Do you know where Cigar City Brewing is?
I've never even heard of Cigar City, so I don't think I'll be able to. I got about a 2% chance here on my guess. I'll take a guess, and if I have to think of the state to me that's most evocative of a city filled with cigars and cigars smoke, I would say. Well, now I'm thinking of Cuban cigars, so I would guess Florida, but I don't feel very confident at all.
Yes, that is correct.
Oh, where in Florida is Cigar City?
Here, I'm looking it up. It's in Tampa.
Well, my wife's going there in about 4 days here, so I'll have to give her the suggestion.
You can have her bring you back a 4-pack. They have a beer that I see on shelves a lot called High Ally, like the sport.
Sure. With a J.
I pronounce that correctly as a J, but not where you think. No, it's actually right where you think. Yeah, it's all right. Decent beer.
It's a good recommendation. I don't think I've ever heard of Cigar City.
You'll see it now, and you'll see it everywhere, as I said that.
I think I've had 2 cigars in my life. It's the only experience I have smoking anything in my 30 years is cigars. So only on special occasions.
Yeah, the problem is it makes your hands and your gloves ink for days.
Yeah, you got to have a cigar glove and basically dress up like an exterminator.
Something like that. All right, well, thanks for the game. game. That was a good one. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and happy to be back in the club and on the Telethon for another year. It's always good to be here.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for playing the game. Congratulations, and we'll have a little gift your way in the near future.
All right. I was thinking we need to do another duet sometime soon. How many years has it been since we did our Wonderwall cover?
That was like season 1, I think. So we're probably at about 8 years. Yeah, it would be. You can pick the song this time. We can. You know what I've been listening to a lot lately. That's been stuck in my head is the Smokey Robinson song "Cruisin'," but the specific version that's been in my head is not Smokey Robinson. There is a film. I don't know if you've ever seen it from 2000, 2001 called Duets. And the actual two people who sing "Cruisin'," and this is what I've been listening to over and over and over again lately, is Huey Lewis and Gwyneth Paltrow singing "Cruisin'," and it's absolutely fantastic. You got to go turn it on. It really gets you in the mood. It doesn't matter what mood it is; it just gets you there.
All right. Well, that's a glowing recommendation. I will have to check it out. I don't know any of these things. I don't know the movie. I don't know the song. But I will be hanging up and giving it a listen.
What we learned, the last thing I have for you, what we learned last night as part of Roku Trivia that we play daily is, let's see, final bonus trivia question, I guess. I'll throw it back to you. Gwyneth Paltrow's godfather is a famous director, and I can certainly give more clues. But there was a movie that came out maybe 2 or 3 years ago that he directed that was semi-autobiographical. There's a clue for you.
He directed a semi-autobiographical movie. Well, I guess I will say Francis Ford Coppola.
No, it is alliterative, however. Probably if you had to someone came up to you on the street and was like, who's the most famous living director you can name? I would say this person belongs to the top. It is Spielberg. Spielberg is Gwyneth Paltrow's godfather.
And what's the semi-autobiographical movie he directed?
The Fabelmans with Paul Dano.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
It was pretty good. Enjoyed it. Yeah, we got our YouTube comment sections all over it.
Oh, good. I'll have to check it out. All right. Thanks for the movie rec. Thanks for the song rec. Thanks for the game.
Absolutely. And, thanks for calling.
Rest of the telethon.
Yeah. Thanks for playing. Appreciate it. And thanks for your pledge. And we'll talk soon.
All right. Have a good one.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, folks, it's that simple. You call in, you play a game, you donate money to your charity, and you win a prize. That's what we're about here at the Beantown Podcast. We've simplified things. We've streamlined things. It's very straightforward and easy to play. Again, the number to call in is 815-298-7200. And let's get to we started off, we did our little communion here, which tracked because not just because it's Sunday morning, but I don't know about you guys. I say I don't know about you guys. This feels like a very specific Quinn thing, but I'll let you into my little Sunday morning routine, or at least a very small, 2-minute portion of it. I've got a brief rotation of church live streams that I like to check in on. There's the old church, rock church that I grew up in. I like to join in on their live stream and see what the sermon's about, what music they're playing, that sort of thing. Haven't played "Cruisin'" by Smokey Robinson yet, but they should put it on the list. And then I like to briefly check in on the old, it's not called this anymore, but Temple Baptist Church, where I did my homeschooling education, or a portion of it. I like to check in on their live stream. I think that's on Facebook. So we got to jump between YouTube and Facebook and back to YouTube, just like you're trying to watch the Beantown Podcast. That's what we should have done. And maybe there's still time. We were trying to live stream on Instagram, but maybe this whole time it was right under our nose. Maybe we should try to live stream on Facebook. I don't know if that's a thing. Can I download the Facebook app on my tablet, successfully log in, and start a live stream all while we are recording? You know what? it wouldn't be a pledge drive telethon without at least giving it your best shot. Hit me with your best shot. That's what Pat Benatar would say. So we're going to try to do this, and then I'll finish my thought, and then we'll finish morning communion. But and then the third thing I like to check in on, old, not friend of the show, but whatever you want to call him, Scott Farrell, former director of the Rockford Operetta Party, plays piano at a church in the Seattle area, Tibbetts UMC, United Methodist Church. And I've been tracking this, which sounds very stalkerish, so I apologize. But if you're new to the show, I played piano for an opera when I was in high school, directed by this man, Scott, who's a very unique individual, and there's nothing more I want to share on that. But he now lives in Seattle, plays church music out there, and I check in on the live stream most weeks. It's not like every week, oh, it's 11:30 a.m., we got to tune in. It's like, I check in. If I get there live, I get there live. But what's interesting about Scott's employment at this church is you would think, okay, if you're working for a Methodist church that's getting, I don't know, 5-10 streams a week, and by judging the audience, the congregation size, if you will, there's probably, I don't know, 50 people at church service every morning, maybe 30 on a bad week, 100 on a great week. So solid, but not amazing, right? But if you're going to pay a guy, and if you read Scott Farrell's autobiography, or Tales, Tears, and Triumphs from the Stage, which I am a part of, I mentioned I have a chapter, you'll know that Scott is not a particularly, or at least when he wrote the book a decade ago, Scott is not a particularly religious person. And when he is at the church, he is doing it for the paycheck, which is, there's no judgment there. I'm just leading to a point here, I promise. So my point being, Scott's only doing like 1 or 2 songs at this church, and it's not like that's all the music they have. There's an opening that the organist does. Scott is not the organist. There is then offertory music. That's right, OFFERTORY, where the ushers, the elders, come through with their gold and silver plates and stuff, and they collect 10s and 20s and checks and all that fun stuff. Scott plays a little prelude, Debussy prelude or something during that. And then there's also like the actual worship music, which is not Scott. It's like this lady, the most Seattle looking lady you could imagine. And I don't mean that in a good or a bad way. We did download Facebook. Now let's see if I can log in and get a live stream going. But she's got like a little electric drum set and someone else singing. So Scott's not part of that. And then the closing music is done by the organist again, John V. Lerop Jr. And maybe every other week or so, Scott's got a little choir. He brings out his little podium. He's got a baton, a big flaming red mohawk. And there's probably 6 to 8 people in the choir. And again, there's no judgment on numbers over here, but I'm just saying, like, how much are they paying this guy out of genuine curiosity to play offertory music and lead the choir in one song? So realistically, he's playing / conducting 10 minutes, if you want to be generous, less than that on any given Sunday, which is a movie I've never seen. And it just fascinates me, not out of jealousy or there's no other emotion, just pure curiosity. Like, what are they paying this guy for? What is he doing behind the scenes? So that's got me perplexed every time I log in to the Tibbetts UMC, which I did not this morning, their YouTube stream, to see how things were going. Okay, let's see can we live stream on Facebook? Yeah, I think we can. Instagram's got, what would be interesting, Instagram's got the 1,000 follower barrier to entry, but I don't think that Facebook has that. But now I have to go allow permissions. Yes, allow while using the app. That's what I want. We want to go live. We're 40 minutes in? Gosh, time flies because we haven't even done our opening number yet. Jeez. Now it's backwards. How do we turn the camera around? I feel like such a boomer right now. Yes, rotate the camera. All right. There we go. Looking rough. Got my Cosby sweater on. I didn't even mention that when we were talking about the Cosby Show. Okay, now we are officially on YouTube and we're on Facebook, which I don't even know the last time I really did anything on Facebook until I posted this morning that you should come follow the show. So thanks again for listening. Let's do our doxology and then we'll continue on with other fun things that we have planned. Maybe we'll do our interview with a dog. All right, it is Sunday morning. I guess it's Sunday afternoon now, but we got our wine. We got our communion wine. So if you are wanting to come together in this space, my congregation, my flock, if you will, and sing this with me. This was an old classic. By old, I mean 17th century, that we used to sing in the Rockford College, the annals of the Rockford College Seaver Physical Education Center, ANNALS. Half of us naked, half of us wearing our jammers. Jammers is a fun name for a swimsuit, right? It's like, how did that happen? Speedo is like the company that made it. They're known for their briefs. You just call it a Speedo. Everyone knows that. But jammer is like when you got the boxer briefs going on. I haven't thought of that term jammer as a swimsuit in a decade, probably. Quentin Jammer, NFL royalty. What was he, a cornerback, a safety? I can't remember. But all right, here we go. This is doxology. Here it is. I love you, Lord, and I lift my voice to worship you, O my soul, rejoice. Wait, that's not doxology. Pause. That's not doxology. We did sing that in the shower, though. I got too excited. This is doxology. Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise him, all creatures here below. Praise him above, ye heavenly host. Praise Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. All right, now we can really get the show started. Thanks again for tuning in. Remember, you can call in anytime, play games. We got one game off the board, which was named the state or territory by brewery, but we got so much left. We got rock and roll. We've got Olympics. We have, was there a Huey Lewis specific one? No, I think that was just the cruising. We got Olympics. We got movie time. We got presidential campaign slogans. We got Asian rivers. I don't know why Asian rivers made me laugh. I was just thinking about Doc Rivers, then I was thinking about Joan Rivers, and I was thinking about if they had a baby, but he was Asian. I don't know why it'd be Asian. Doc Rivers isn't Asian. Joan Rivers wasn't Asian. You know what I love? Not love, but find interesting. How permanently horse, that's right, horse, H-O-A-R-S-E. It's like hearse, but horse. Doc Rivers' voice was. Like, did he have some sort of Elton John, 1990s experience or 80s, whenever that was with Elton John, where, he drank so much and did so much cocaine that his vocal cords got all messed up and he had to have surgery. And that's why Elton John's voice was different starting in like 1990 or whatever than it was before. We got Grandma Sal live on the Facebook. That's very exciting. We'll come back to Doc Rivers. I promise. You're not missing anything. All right, time for our next game, perhaps. All right, thank you for calling the Beantown Podcast 9th Annual Pledge Drive Telethon Fundraiser. Call dropped. So try again. If phone lines are busy, I feel like Brian Dunkelman up here, right? If phone lines are busy, keep trying. Wasn't that a time to be alive when before texting was really a thing? You had to call in. It was a toll-free number. And it was like dial 9 to vote for Bo Bice. All right, let's try this again. Thanks for calling the Beantown Podcast 9th Annual Telethon Pledge Drive Fundraiser. Thanks for calling in. How's it going? How are you?
Quinn. We're so excited to be on the 9th pledge drive. Super excited. Woo-hoo.
I'm excited too. Thanks for being here. How's the day going?
Pretty good. It's nice and sunny here in Bend. A little brisk, but not as cold as it is in Chicago or New York. So we're doing okay.
Remember that soft drink you can get? I think it's like brisk iced tea or lemonade or something. You ever have that?
I did. I used to like that because I wasn't a big soda fan, but I like the iced tea.
Well, now why iced tea is? It just is because it feels like it's a lot more sweet than iced tea. I don't know if you ever have that unsweetened iced tea. It's not my jam. I don't know about you.
Yeah. Anything that's not the McDonald's sweet tea, which is supposed to be some approximation of Southern sweet tea, that is the worst stuff I've ever had in my life.
I've had sweet tea in Alabama before. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet, but I think McDonald's is on steroids sweetener. Plus, I think it's just terrible. It's just an awful product. But real sweet tea is very good.
You ever go to McDonald's and get a Coke from one of those freestyle machines? You know what I'm talking about?
Probably years ago, Dad.
Yeah, we've gotten them at other places too. There's a sub place that we used to go to that had one of those.
You can mix your cherry Coke with a diet A&W and maybe a splash of brisk iced tea on top, and it's delicious.
You kids loved it.
Like 7,942 permutations.
Yeah. Dad was reminding me you guys called it a suicide.
I don't even remember that, but it sounds accurate. What do you think? What do you think is the difference between a permeation and a permutation?
Good question. I don't know. I think permeation is something that gets through a barrier, and permutation is another, like an iteration of something.
So how does reverse osmosis work? Because osmosis is when the water goes to the place where the water doesn't want to be. And reverse osmosis, I mean, what do they do using suction? I also always found it interesting when you have the thing where you get the hose going and you just got to get it going for a little bit and then it maintains constant flow. I thought was interesting.
Siphoning.
Like when you got to suck.
That's how Dad used to fill the gas tank when we didn't have enough coin, right, Dad? You go to the neighbors.
Oh, that's how I used to fill the pool.
So first you got to you stick your mouth on the gas nozzle and suck for a little bit and then it gets going?
Yeah, you take like a hose and put it into the gas tank and then you suck on it until starts coming out and then it'll just keep flowing out. And then you put it into your car or into your gas can and then you run like hell.
I guess I should have paid more attention in that unit in AP Physics.
But you don't want to get gas in your mouth.
Well, there's trade-offs for saving money, that's for sure. Well, we got some trivia games here. You want to partake?
Sure.
All right. So we've already played Name the State by Brewery, and on YouTube, by the way, at Thrash says the quality of the perm. I think that's how Legally Blonde ends in the courtroom, if I recall correctly. But back to our games here. So we've got 5 games to choose from. They are rock and roll, 10 longest rivers of Asia, presidential campaign slogans, name the country by Winter Olympic host city, and it's movie time.
What do you think?
One of those two, whatever you want.
Maybe rock and roll.
All right. This is our longest game, so you guys got to strap in because we're going to have you here for, I hope you don't have anywhere to be for the next 2 to 4 hours. All right. So this is sort of a two-parter. The first one is just name as many as you can, and then we've got another kind of separate 5 question quiz. So this could have been split out into 2, but the first part is simply name as many birthstones as you can, and if you can attach them to months, that's great as well, but that's not really part of the game.
This is hard because there's some variety in what people claim as birthstones.
I've got them all listed, so yeah.
Okay. The first one I can think of, Dad, is Garnet.
That's right. Yeah, it's January.
That's what I was going to say. My brother's birthday. You want to name one?
Amethyst?
Amethyst? Yeah, that's it. Do you have a month on that?
Nope.
Amethyst. Is it June?
No, it's February.
February, okay.
Well, you're going in order, which is really helpful for me, so I appreciate that.
We planned it that way. How about Emerald?
Yeah, Emerald. Do you know the month on that?
April.
No, you're close. It's May.
May, okay. All right.
Ruby, July.
Ruby's July. There we go.
July.
You're doing well.
Do you know your birthstone?
Well, I always think there are birthstones, and then like Pearl is for June, but there's also a light pink that goes with June.
Pearl is June, and there's two others. I'll just tell you since there's a lot to get through. The other two in June are Moonstone and Alexandrite.
Oh, beautiful.
Mm-hmm. All right, you're doing well.
All right, Steve, let's keep going.
Boy, other birthstones.
Birthstones. And the light blue is our topaz.
Topaz.
We got topaz. Yeah, it's towards the end of the year in November, and the other November is citrine. Citrine.
The yellow.
Yeah, and the yellow. Okay. What other birthstones do we have, Dad?
I used to know them all because we used to order birthstone rings when I worked at Kmart.
Is Diamond one or no?
Yes, Diamond is April.
Oh, what do you know?
And we're about what, halfway? I think you got 6 or 7 maybe.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we have 7. Are there any purple ones?
I did not write down colors.
We said emerald. Yeah. Oh, sapphire.
Yeah, that is September. There you go.
Okay. All right.
Remember Grandma Sal had an opal ring. Is opal a birthstone?
Opal for October. That's right. And the other October is tourmaline.
Tourmaline.
Everyone's favorite stone.
Of all the Malines, that's my favorite.
Yeah, I'm more of an East Moline guy, but that's okay. All right, we are missing, let's see, I think we're missing March, we're missing August, and we're missing December.
Peridot.
That is August. Oh, you guys are killing it. August also has spinal and sardonyx.
What the heck is that?
I don't know, Spinel, spinal, and sardonyx, which is probably like onyx, but with
Never heard of that.
It's like
that was one of those groups that doesn't use music.
I've never heard of that. Oh man.
All right, we're down to March and December.
I'm out.
Tanzanite.
That's unbelievable. Tanzanite is the second one in December. The third one is zircon, and the first one is turquoise.
Oh, turquoise! I like that better. I thought Tanzanite was a joke. I didn't think it was real. I was thinking of Tarzan.
We're just down to March. It's got 2. The first one is definitely something associated with a color, but it's very much like a blend of 2 colors.
It's aqua.
Yeah, aquamarine. There you go. The other one in March is bloodstone.
Oh, bloodstone. That's interesting. Huh.
All right, that was very well done. Got all the birthstones. Congratulations. Wow. I think I would have probably gotten about 3 or 4 of those. So excellent.
And
all right.
Some of those I can't believe were real. That's crazy.
Part 2, I think, is going to be maybe just a little bit less of a brain teaser, a headache, maybe a little bit more straightforward. So part 2 of our game. So we've done the rock. Now we're getting to the rock and roll. So I'm going to give you 5 rock songs and context clues if needed, and you just name the artist.
Oh, jeez.
So.
Okay.
The first one is an admittedly very generic title, so I'm going to tell you that the name of the song is Rock and Roll, but it comes from this artist's fourth studio album, which was released in 1971.
So it's not Fearless. It's not the Heart of Rock and Roll. No, it's later. 71. The song's called Rock and Roll?
The song's called Rock and Roll. This album is just banger after banger. It's one of my favorite albums.
71. It's not Elton John, is it?
It's not Elton John. It's more rocky than that. Their fourth album doesn't have a name.
Oh, it's a group.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Led Zeppelin.
Yep, it is.
Okay, I thought it was an individual.
That's all right. That's all right. Led Zeppelin, Rock and Roll, 1971.
Good one, Dad. Good one.
All right.
Album.
I feel good about your chances on 3 of these next 4, and maybe the 4th one you're all over it too, but we'll see. But I think these next 2, feel pretty good about it. Next one, Roll with the Changes.
Oh, Bob's favorites. REO Speedwagon.
And can you name what REO stands for?
Oh.
I don't. I'm curious. I think it's Rock and Roll, but I don't know.
I actually don't know. It was a type of vehicle.
Makes sense. It's a type of speedwagon.
Yeah. The REO was the company, but I don't know. It was a very old car company. I don't know. One of my favorite songs of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
It's pretty fun. All right, you're doing well. Here comes number 3. It's still rock and roll to me.
God knows that one. Hold on. That's not Huey Lewis. What's the matter with the car? Oh, Billy Joel.
Yes, William Joel is right.
My first album ever.
What album is it? Do you know?
What is The Stranger?
Could be. I don't know. Stranger is a fantastic album, though. It's no bad songs on that one.
I think Walt has it now. I think he took some of our old albums. I think Walt has it.
It's a good one.
Album.
All right, here. This might be the toughest one. I don't know this song personally, but I wanted to throw a challenging one into the mix. And this is probably going to stretch your definition of rock and roll more than maybe these previous ones have, but it's still definitely rock. So here it is. The song is titled Rollin', and in parentheses, Air Raid Vehicle. It's more modern than these others, but still 25 plus years old.
I think that one might stump me. It's not Nirvana, Soundgarden.
No, but you're barking up the right tree.
Okay, what else is in the grunge?
I don't think this band would necessarily be grunge, but time period, it's more of that area.
Okay.
Yeah. 2 words, initials LB.
It's not Loverboy.
No.
No, that's too old. Is it a woman?
No, it's I think of them as being similar to Beastie Boys.
Oh. It's kind of rappy rock. Yeah.
I don't even know if that's right or not because I never heard this song, but I should have listened to it before we started. For anyone out there in the audience, if you want to comment, Rollin', Air Raid Vehicle. Who sings Rollin', Air Raid Vehicle?
Can we pin it and come back to it?
Sure. All right. We've got one other one to get to. I think you'll get this one. The name of the song is Rock Lobster.
Rock Lobster. Dad? That would be the B-52s.
It is, and do you know the name of the lead singer of the B-52s?
Schneider.
Fred. That's it. Yeah.
Fred Schneider.
Yeah, so Rock Lobster, rock and roll, still rock and roll to me, Roll with the Changes, and now we got Rollin', Air Raid Vehicle.
Yeah, I had to look that one up.
You want to say who it is?
It's Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit. Yeah, I don't know much about Limp Bizkit, but I had to throw them in there, so it wasn't too easy.
I was going to say Liam Burkowski, but
sounds like someone you might have gone to high school with.
I also found out what REO stands for.
All right, here we go.
Somebody's initials, Ransom Eli Olds, which is where Oldsmobile comes from.
Oh, that's very interesting. You don't see a lot of ransoms these days.
I work with a guy named Ransom. His name is Ransom Rommel.
Wow.
Heck of a name. Sounds like a German fighter pilot from World War I.
Sure does.
Any updates? You guys have any updates on the Nancy Guthrie mom situation? Speaking of ransom.
What have you heard, Steve?
Nothing lately at all.
Yeah, it's been really quiet.
It's sounding more and more like the chances of finding her alive are going to be pretty slim.
Very sad. So sad.
Yeah. Not great.
No, it's horrible.
Well, I appreciate you guys playing the game. That was a lot of fun. You did very well.
Awesome. Great questions.
Next questions together.
Any other parting thoughts for the pledge drive?
Where can we donate?
All you have to do is choose your own charity this year, and then just send us the receipt, and we'll get you into our Topaz Elite Club.
Topaz.
Is that a birthstone?
It's a birthstone.
I think it is, but I don't remember the month. My notes are away.
It's an elite birthstone.
As a follow-up, Quinn, and a bonus question, can you name the whatever stones that used to be in sunlight for the different levels that you guys would achieve for reciting Bible verses when you were growing up?
There's a moonstone and a leaf stone, and in later generations there's a sunstone. That's how you get your poly world to become a polytoad. And there's a firestone and a thunderstone, which you can buy from the Celadon City Mart. Fourth floor, perhaps.
Right.
Well, that's pretty
They
close.
were really weird stones, really weird, like amalgamite or something. They were really funny.
Einsteinium.
Yeah, sunlight stones. Yeah, those were crazy. No, our advice would be to take care of your loved ones, be kind to each other, vote, make sure that you protest for things that you don't agree with, and that would be about it this year, I think. Get a dog, adopt a puppy.
Mm-hmm. Be careful what you wish for. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for calling in. We appreciate it, and we'll chat soon.
Okay, take care. Love you, Glenn.
All right. Take care. All right, folks. It's just that fun. If you want to name birthstones, you might have missed out on this year, but maybe we'll make another quiz for you. Maybe we'll do a fall pledge drive telethon if there's an appetite for that. Let us know. We've still got games. We've got Asian Rivers. We've got presidential campaign slogans. We've got Name the Country by Winter Olympic Host City. And if you guys are really feeling edgy, you can do Name the County by Winter Olympic Host City, because that's what is on my notes here. And then we can do It's Movie Time as well. Let's get back to our notes here. Thanks for being part of the doxology. I appreciate it. Apologies for singing the wrong song at the start. Let's see. I wanted to do our animal of the week, which goes well, I guess, with our interview with a dog, because these are two kind of similar situations, I suppose. So first, I know she's sleeping. If you're watching the live streams here, I guess Facebook will get it for you so you can see as well. Here it is. I guess I want to block it. There we go. This is our interview with a dog segment. Maple. Hey, buddy, what's going on? You got anything for the Pledge Drive Telethon fundraiser? Nothing. So that was a nice segment, but that leads us into our animal of the week here. So if you've been on, sign fell down. Now, Maple, now you're excited, right? Sorry, buddy, that was pretty loud. If you've been on social media lately, you've probably seen Punch the Monkey, which is a monkey that was, sorry, Maple, that was really loud, which was not taken in by its mother or its tribe, if you will. It's a tiny little monkey. and now he's got his own stuffed animal to keep him calm, to have a friend essentially, which is a lot of parallels to my own childhood. But the name of the species, right? You got your kingdom, your phylum, your class, your order, your family, your genus, your species. Did I miss one? Phylum, did we say that? Kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. I missed family. The species, which there's a lot of different monkeys that fall into this, which is interesting to me because I thought once you got to species, it should just be boom, one monkey. There's no, Zaboombafu is another species, and King Kong is another one. It's just a boom, one species. And we lost Facebook. Apologies. Facebook looks like we're back. The macaque. It's less dirty than it sounds. Macaque. I don't know how to pronounce it. I go to Wikipedia on the macaque page, and it gives me the stupid NATO phonetic alphabet pronunciation. It's saying, okay, you do an alpha here, you do golf, you do Charlie, and I'm like, just tell me how to say macaque. But no, there was no help from Wikipedia, and I didn't pursue any other avenues to figure out how to say macaque. But the macaque, it's a type of monkey. I think, so Pirates of the Caribbean, we named the monkey Jack, right? What's his name? Not Bill Nighy. He's the guy with Davy Jones, but the guy from before, Oscar winning, right? Geoffrey Rush, Geoffrey, Geoffrey Rush, Geoffrey Ballet. I think that little monkey, he kind of looks like a macaque. If you're out there wondering, I've never seen Punch. I don't like saying macaque. It sounds dirty. I don't want anything to do with this. Well, at least you can envision the monkey who is also, so how does this work? The monkey in Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl is also a skeleton. Like, how did they decide? This is pirate code that I'm getting into now, parlays and the such. How do they decide who is part of the crew, right? If someone was working part-time, are they part of the crew? Do you have to be full-time? 1099 contractors? I don't think pirates really pay taxes. There's got to be some level of organizational leadership. There's got to be an org chart for these pirates. And then Jack Sparrow, he was a skeleton too. Man, what a fun film. We should power rank the Disney films that came from theme park rides and were turned into movies. Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion. Are there others? I don't know. It's a small world after all. Was there some sort of other media? Was that like a TV show or a movie? It's a small world after all. Do you think, because that's such like an old time kind of song and ride, does your average 7-year-old these days know anything about It's a Small World after all? Or is that just like, we got some guesses in the, I don't even know what's going on in the chat here, but you guys keep chatting. It's great. It's a Small World after all. It's a theme park attraction. Let's go right to Wikipedia here. Maybe they'll give us the phonetic pronunciation. Is an old mill boat ride located in the Fantasyland area at various Disney theme parks. Versions of the ride are installed. Okay, so those are just where they have them. The inaugural version, that's a tough word to say, inaugural. Like an auger, right? You're drilling in the ground. You're a farmer. The inaugural version of the ride premiered at the 1964 New York World's Fair before permanently moving to Disneyland in 1966. And I've been on it. We got stuck in the ride, which is really the one you don't want to get on. But did they like spin it off? Was there, because I thought I remember seeing some sort of like movie or TV show when I was a kid with all these creepy little children singing it. And what's the point of the song after all? Is it like unity? Like, oh, it's such a small world. Like what is the Christian song say, the really racist one? Whether you're red, whether you're yellow, whether you're black, whether you're white, we all are servants of God or something like that. It did not age well. It probably didn't age well in the 90s either. Anyways, I thought there was maybe some sort of like movie or something, but I can't A planned feature film in 1970 was going to be a Cold War-tinged comedy adventure where the children of UN leaders try to get their parents to stop squabbling. If you thought you were going to hear the word squabble today, you're in luck. To get their parents to stop squabbling through faking mass kidnapping, only for a war profiteer to try to take advantage of the fear and start a mass conflict. But it doesn't seem like the movie got off the ground because that's all the information they have on it. So one other thing that came up here that I wanted to mention off of our Animal of the Week from this Wikipedia read, the World's Fair. Okay, so World's Fair, there's the whole 18, what is it? The Columbia Expedition. Is that it? Expedition is it's another word, right? It's EXP something. Exhibition. And it feels like the World's Fair was such an important big thing, right? 100 years ago, 150 years ago, the big Chicago one down at Chicago Hyde Park. It's 1893, something like that. I don't know how they picked 1893 for a year. Who was president then? I don't know. But if you call in to our presidential campaign trivia game, you might be able to figure it out. Who knows? Probably Grover Cleveland or something. But it feels like the World's Fair was really important for innovation and socializing and networking and the like. But you don't really hear anything about World's Fairs these days. Are they still happening? Is it still cool? Do they have Ferris wheels? So now we're on the World's Fair Wikipedia page. The most recent, Osaka, Japan held the most recent World Expo in 2025, while Astana, Kazakhstan held the most recent Specialized Expo in 2017, whatever that means. And Doha, Qatar held the most recent Horticultural Expo in 2023. What the heck are they growing in Qatar? The sandworms from Dune? The what are they called? The Lays Al Gahab or something? It's pretty spot on. I've only seen Dune once, but it's pretty close. Rebecca Ferguson, she's like the big, powerful mom. And then Timothée Chalamet is actually the bad guy the whole time. It's a great whodunit, Dune, by Frank Herbert. They're doing a Dune 3, I think. Once, twice, 3 times, lady. All right, a reminder, you can call in 815-298-7200 to play a trivia game. Let's jump over. We do have a palindrome of the week here. You guys thought that palindrome of the week was dead, buried, gone, but we're bringing it back one night only, one afternoon only for the Pledge Drive Telethon fundraiser. So we'll get to that after we say thank you to our sponsors. This is timely because our most recent caller has a little something to do with this. Home Pride Oregon, guys, are you tired of selling your house for less than a quarter of what it's worth? All because you couldn't find a reliable home inspector in time? Well, Oregon listeners, there's good news. Home Pride Inspection Services in Bend, Oregon is Central Oregon's hottest new home inspection provider with inspection services including things like heating and cooling, roofing, plumbing, and so much more. Home Pride Oregon is both contractor certified and home inspection certified, so you know you're getting the good stuff. If you're tired of big real estate's stranglehold on the home inspection market and you want a safe, certified home inspector you can trust, call Steve at 541-410-0316 or email homeprideoregon@gmail.com. Again, that's 541-410-0316 or email homeprideoregon@gmail.com. Home Pride Oregon, inspection perfection. I also have to give a quick shout out. If you guys are looking at the live stream, or even if you're listening and you're saying, gosh, that audio quality is crisp and it is clear. Well, let me tell you something. Facebook and YouTube, it's not even hooked up to you guys. This is just for the audio stream only. It's the Samson Q2U series. Does it even have? Oh, yeah, there it is. You can see it. Q2U. Zoom in and you'll see it. Gosh, my hands are looking wrinkly. Jesus Christ, time flies. It's got crisp, clear audio quality, and Samson has been a proud host. I wouldn't say partner because I feel like I can get sued if I say partner. A proud supporter. Supporter different than partner. They've helped make the Beantown Podcast Pledge Drive Telethon fundraiser happen year after year in all of its variations and streaming formats. And I know one year we had a year, I think this was like 2 years ago, where the YouTube stream cut out like 3 separate times, and that was a lot of fun. But Samson's been there through it all. So you guys use code Beantown at checkout to get 0% off Samson Q2U series. But it's been a great supporter. When God speaks, he uses the Samson. I also do briefly want to mention Cuts by Q, which if you want to see a sample of our work, beantownpodcast.com/cuts-by-q. And I did a little Cuts by Q action this morning, actually, because I have had this cowlick in the back of my hair ever since I gave myself like a partial haircut a month or so ago, because then my clippers crapped out and it was a whole big thing. But I've had this cowlick, and it's like, you can't really see it from the front. So when I'm doing a pledge drive telethon or on a work call or something, it's not a big deal, but it's just like always sticking back. You know, the Pokemon Jolteon, and he's just got like a spikes all over the place. That's essentially what my hair was doing in the back here. And this morning I was just like, after trying, wearing hats and water and matting it down, I was just like, I can't get this to work. So I just took my trimmers and I cut it completely. And we'll see if that helps. I don't know. We got another call, then we're going to finish our ad reads here. Here we go. All right. Thanks for calling the 9th annual Beantown Podcast Pledge Drive Telethon Fundraiser. What's going on? What's happening? How are you?
Hey, it's older brother Walt. Sorry to interrupt your Jolteon monologue. I just thought I'd get in here.
Well, it all comes together because we were just talking about the Thunderstone earlier, and the Moon Stone and the Fire Stone. So it all worked out.
Yeah, I like how you took the whatever Mom said about sunlight and immediately transferred it to Pokemon.
I don't remember any of that stuff except for when you got to like 4th grade, you were a serf or a squire or something, and then you became a knight, and then eventually you deflower the queen, and I don't know, but it was a lot of fun.
That was youth group with I should go there.
Well, it's interesting that you're calling in. I know you're thanks for supporting the show. You're located in Ohio, and this season of Love is Blind, all people from Columbus and thereabouts. I'm curious what your takes are on this season.
Well, I can say that I haven't watched it.
Ooh,
and
tough.
It's probably a lot like the other seasons of it, I bet.
More Trumpy this year, I would say.
Okay. Where have people been from in the past?
Let's see. They've done Minnesota a couple of seasons ago. They did Chicago, Charlotte. So yeah, they've been. I think this is like season 9 or 10. So they've gotten around for sure.
I'm just revealing my ignorance here, but I thought that it was a British show or something. Is it not?
Probably, but all these shows they got, like the Traders we're watching right now. There's Traders UK. There's Traders, Austria, there's Ireland. It's like watching the Olympics. So yeah, every one of these shows got an amazing race. Some of these countries they're racing to the U.S. That's how wild it is. So it's
so they're not taking 20 people from Columbus and pairing them up with 20 people from Manchester. That's not what's happening.
No, but that's probably the next big thing. That'd be pretty exciting.
Okay, I can see that. A little transatlantic spice.
I would love that. Well, thanks for we got a number of games. I'd love to see it. You want to play a game?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'd love to.
All right. We got, I think, 4 left here. Let me make sure I got the right document open here. Okay. So you missed out on Name the State by Brewery. You missed out on Rock and Roll, which was a lot of fun. So far, or remaining rather, we have Top 10 Longest Rivers of Asia. We have presidential campaign slogans. We have Name the Country or County by Winter Olympic host city. And we have It's Movie Time.
All appealing. I think that, I got to hear a lot of the previous ones, which was fun. I missed some of them. But let's just, I feel like I gotta, I don't know if redeem is the right word, but last year I played the one that was like most populous cities on a Great Lake, and that was hard. I think I got like 4 or 5 out of 10 maybe. And so let's try the rivers of Asia.
All
Can't
right.
guarantee I'm going to do that great, but we'll see.
Well, there's not a lot to the question. It's the title kind of tells you what it is. So the floor is yours.
Okay. You said Asia, right?
That's right. Yeah. There's no tricks here. This is just the Google Gemini results.
No tricks, just treats. Yeah, well, I'm sure that if there's any, mistakes made on, apparent mistakes on my part, it's probably Gemini's fault. But okay, let's see. Let's start with let's say the Yangtze.
That's number
China.
one. Yeah.
Okay, well, good start.
How many miles do you think the Yangtze is? If you want to do kilometers, that's fine, but you got to convert on your own.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good question. I don't know. Let's just take a wild guess because I really don't know. But I bet it's something on the order of 1,800 miles.
Ooh, try 3,900.
Oh man, wow, that's really far. I suppose might be easy to underestimate on rivers because of all the meanders and such. Like how long is the Missouri? Do you think? I don't know that either. I don't have a good number off the top of my head, but maybe it's a lot longer than you think because you think, okay, how long is it, or how far is it from New York to LA or something? It could be longer than that just because of all the bends.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay. Wow, 3,900. I'll say I bet another one that's up there is the Huangho, or the yellow. Maybe
that's it. That's number two. Yeah.
Number two. Okay.
3,300 miles.
Wow. I figured those big China ones would be up there. Losing so badly to China, especially in rivers. Am I right?
Agreed. Yeah.
Other ones that I think could be up there is the Indus top 10. It is.
It's number 8. Yeah.
Okay.
You got 1, 2, and 8 so far.
Do you ever? One time I just followed the Indus on like Google Maps satellite view, where you kind of zoom in crazy far, but far enough you can kind of see its path and scroll around, and that took a long time.
You got to zoom out, bro. You got to click it a couple times.
Well, it's kind of tricky because it goes through the Himalayas, and it's really easy to lose it in those valleys. So I'd have to keep scrolling back in. Yada yada. I will say next. Okay, we gotta go up north. Hit a couple of those ones. Is the Ob one of them?
Ob is 7. Yeah.
Okay.
You get a bonus point if you can spell it.
OB.
Yeah, there we go.
It's the inspiration for OBGYNs everywhere.
Yep, they're all Russian.
I'm pretty sure there's a small tributary called the Gin.
How do you spell that? It's not on my
G-Y-N.
list. Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. All right. Okay.
Yeah, it was just a stupid joke. And then the Yenisei.
Yeah, that's number 9, which I'd never heard of before I made this list.
At the bottom. There's a few that kind of go flowing northward across Siberia, to the Arctic, and I think those two are both some of those, and there might be a third one. Ooh, is the okay. How about we tried the Indus. Does the Ganges make the cut, or is it too short?
No Ganges. No.
Okay. What about the Mekong?
Mekong is 3. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Just over 3,000 miles.
It's a long one. I got 6 so far.
Let's see. You've done 1, 2, 3, 7, and 8.
Okay, so far. Wait, didn't I have 9 too? Was one of them 9?
Oh yeah, Yenisei.
I got the Ob and Yenisei.
Yeah. So you're halfway.
Okay. Is the Brahmaputra on there?
It is. Brahmaputra is number 6.
Wow. Okay, also a little longer than I thought. What about the? I feel like there's one called the Amur, AMUR. Is that on there?
Nope, that's a Italian restaurant, I think.
Okay. What about?
If you follow your Russian line of thinking, I think that'll help you with at least two of them.
Okay. Yeah, I'm wondering if I'm gonna.
Maybe all of them,
try
actually.
to think of ones that aren't in like European Russia. I mean, do they count the? Well, what am I trying to think of here? The Volga? Is that?
No Volga.
No, see, yeah, I think that's in European side.
I think the last three, I don't know this for sure, but looking at the spelling, the last three all feel Russian to me.
Okay.
One of them is a female first name that you see from time to time. The other two, I've never seen a female with those names, but I should have been watching the ice skating more. But no Russian athletes, so it's quite a bummer.
Yeah, you see a few of those AINs. Or, maybe you need to watch the Love is Blind Kremlin edition or something.
Ooh, that'd be fun. I think it's blocked in my country, unfortunately.
You gotta get the right VPN.
Yeah.
Okay, what would that be? Oh, wait, the Lena, L-E-N-A?
Yeah, Lena's 4.
Okay, that's the other one I was trying to think of with the O and Yenisei. It's kind of those three big north flowing, I think. Anyway,
you're missing, I think, 5 and 10, and these are really for river buffs only. Your casual fan is not going to know these.
Yeah, I may be right out of steam yet, but I'm trying to think of anything else I can think of that would be Russian related. There isn't, wow. No, I don't think there's anything called there's nothing named after Vladivostok or.
No. Number 5 seems like it could be a Risk territory, and number 10 is just like the $2,000 clue on Jeopardy Masters.
Okay. No. Kamchatka?
No. It starts with an I.
Oh. Irkutsk.
I don't know. That's not it. I don't know if you want me to just give it to you because I don't know.
You can just guess. Sounds like I'm just guessing at this point.
Irtysh, Irtysh is the 5th longest river.
Oh, interesting. I have to look that one up.
And number
the 10th is quite difficult.
It's got two words in it. Blank blank river, and I don't know where to start.
Or the Amudarya, right?
No.
Was it too short? Yeah.
The first word kind of sounds like the guy who said God is dead. It's a good clue for the philosophy buffs listening.
He says 2 words.
Yep, and I don't know anything about either of these words.
Yeah, Frere Tolstoy River.
The guy who said God is dead is Nietzsche.
Yeah, I knew that, but I'm trying to get something with Friedrich.
I don't think we're gonna get there, so I'll tell you.
Yeah,
It's the Nishnaya Tunguska River.
Spell that.
Nizhnyayatunguska.
Wow, I'm pretty sure I've never heard of that before.
No, me neither. But it ends in ska, and maybe we should have a trivia game about ska bands. That could be good.
That could be, yeah, I would be pretty bad at that one.
Who was the ska band that did that Take On Me cover with the horns? Who was that?
Ooh.
Let's look it up.
I can't tell you.
It's a great cover. Not as good as Cruisin' by Huey Lewis and Gwyneth Paltrow, but still pretty good.
They I mean, I know he is, but she's a decent singer. I don't even know.
Oh, she's fantastic, yeah.
Okay.
Chris Martin should have gotten her on some of those Coldplay albums.
I guess so. Maybe that's why it fell apart.
Real Big Fish, REEL, 1998. Yeah, it's a great music video. It's like you're watching an episode of Malcolm in the Middle. It's fun.
Yeah, I'm aware of that band. I guess just from I must know one of their hits or something. I don't know, but nice. Well, always learn something. So that's the goal.
You did very well on the rivers, at least eight and a half or so. So thanks for playing.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Well, thank you for putting it together. I appreciate it. It's fun.
Absolutely. Anything else for the pledge drive?
I forwarded you an email. Made a donation, punched our ticket to the Topaz Elite. So look for that. And
appreciate that.
Yeah, shout out to we support the Minnesota Immigrant Law Center. So
very good.
Thanks for your support for United Way, Chicago.
Is that still Kevin Garnett? He heads that, or did he step aside?
No idea.
It's all right. Just throwing a joke in there for all the old school Timberwolves heads.
I figured, but I didn't know if he. Who knows?
Hey, this is your chance to put it on paper. Spring training just started. How many wins are the Twins going to have this season?
Oh man, do you have the number from last year?
Nope.
I don't know. I'm so checked out of baseball. I couldn't even tell you if I think they're going to be better or worse. Or
how many games? How many games do you think there are in an MLB season?
Is it like 162 or something like that?
That's it. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's say let's go 90.
Ooh, that's a lot. That should win the division.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe I should have gone with. I was first thinking low 80s, but then I thought that was too, just milk toast by picking it something around 500.
Well, we'll see. They got to get past that guy from the Tigers, Tariq Skubal. It's a fun one to say. Cy Young Award winner, Tariq Skubal.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know about him. So obviously,
best pitcher in baseball.
Okay. I watched almost no baseball last year. Maybe I'll see a little more this year.
But you used to, I remember playing as a kid, high heat baseball. You used to love staying up late and playing. And I'd see you play as Ichiro sometimes. You have any fond memories from PC baseball growing up?
My favorite part about it, honestly, I think, because you and Jack were more into baseball than I was, but I loved our little insights about the names of the players. So of course, like as I know you don't need me to tell you, but the pitchers would be identified on the game, screen as you're playing or something, as you're up to bat as like P, and then their actual their first initial and last names. So you had like PC Bradford and PR. What am I trying to think of? Randy. All I can think of is
Johnson,
Randy Newman.
The big unit.
Johnson, big unit. PR Johnson. So that was a memory. But I also remember. Remember how we got that CD out of that cereal box?
Home Run Derby
game. Yeah. Those kids these days, you just don't know what stuff like that is anymore. So
I feel like cereal boxes don't really have prizes these days.
Probably not. Yeah, that used to be a big thing. So I don't know how we got our hands on that one, but it was. I feel like for being a cereal box game, it was actually pretty legit.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's someone put some work into that for sure.
That was sweet. So that's kind of what I remember about playing those. I think I spent a lot of time watching you and Jack play too. I don't know if we ever. I feel like with baseball we didn't really play together as much as we did with like soccer or football, but I could be forgetting. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't recall for sure, but no, it was a fun game, and you got to watch out for that Randy Johnson sweep slider because if you're a left-handed batter in the batter's box, Randy Johnson is a left-handed pitcher, which in real life is almost impossible to hit. But in the game, the pitch would go off the screen and then return back to the screen, and good luck.
I remember that. It was hilarious. You're just like totally guessing when it would come back. That was pretty fun. Yeah, the movement on the ball in those games is pretty awesome too. Like those submarine pitches and stuff.
Yeah, Chad Bradford.
So good. Love a good submarine pitch.
Oh yeah, I saw a guy on Reddit the other day in spring training who in the same at bat through both an overhand and a submarine pitch. So it's not completely
That's
dead.
pretty cool. That's gotta be really rare these days. I mean, I feel like you don't see a lot of submarine anyway, but to be able to kind of switch between them at will, it seems like that could be a pretty good skill set to have.
I think they discourage it because you get about 1 or 2 seasons before you need about 7 Tommy John surgeries, and then your career's over.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's why I've heard anecdotally that's why you just don't see as much submarine pitching in general, because it's so taxing on your tendons.
That's pretty much what happened to me when I was about 14. If coach had put me in, we would have won state, but then my shoulder gave out. So rip.
Yeah, that sucks. I know. Well, I mean, I know it was a joke, but like I'm pretty sure, from the early days of like having a digital camera, it's like you had those cool, like, I don't know, 32 megabyte flash cards, and at the time you could hold a bunch of pictures, but now it would be like 2. But I remember like pictures of you playing baseball, even just like in the backyard, and you would get a pretty intense arm angle going there sometimes. So I mean, that might have done you in.
Probably, yeah. Oh well. I can't wait to have a kid so I can really, just badger them and, maybe sneak in a couple beers at the Little League game and get thrown out of a game like old Mr. Walker at a homeschool basketball game, get tossed out. That's my goal.
Right now, Albert the Great, be just the bane of the diamond.
I'm not paying money for any sort of private education. The biggest scam. Don't get me started on that.
What's Rachel going to say about that?
Oh, we're poor. That's the answer. Yeah.
I don't know what the Burbank public schools are called, but anyway,
good enough. That's what it's called.
I was going to say one last thing about that. What was it? It was about Little League. I was just going to say regarding your shoulder. You play softball, or not softball. I'm sorry, kickball, and you've been known to play kickball league in the past. But can you hurl a ball in from outfield if you need to, or is that still
only overhand? Overhand with both hands. That's how I throw.
Okay, I was just curious because obviously we haven't thrown a ball around in a long time, and I just didn't know how your shoulder was.
Yeah, we got it's been 2 summers now since we've last played in a league, but we've got guys out there who play shortstop and third base. We got hell of an arm, and they can just whip it kind of side arm slot going. And no, even when my shoulder was healthy, I don't think I ever had that kind of arm strength. But yeah, it's maybe I'll get a bionic arm. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe. Well, see, just you guys keep paying those healthcare premiums, and who knows what will happen.
That's right.
All right, Quinn. Well, good luck on the rest of your pledge drive. Thanks for chatting, and I hope that you have lots of success.
Appreciate it. Thanks for donating and being a Topaz Elite member, and we'll see you soon.
Anytime. All right. Take care.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.
What a nice, wholesome call, and good job on the rivers. You go back and you say, well, gosh, Quinn, what was the number 10th river? It was like, it ended in like Nangana, Tanzania, something like that. The first word was Meach-tastic or something like that. So I don't know. Guys, we are rapidly approaching the 2-hour mark of the Pledge Drive Telethon fundraiser. That's not a hard cutoff per se, but it's like once we get to 2 hours, that's usually when I have to start going to the bathroom. I'm not taking you into the crapper with me. The wine is starting to dwindle. The water is starting to dwindle. That's the thing that, this whole Jesus, and we're going to finish our ad reads in a second here, but this whole wedding at Cana stuff, Jesus turns the water into wine. The real miracle, water or wine from nothing. So that's why Old Testament God, Moses splits his rock. I was looking for a word that means to thrust. Moses thrusts his staff into the rock. You guys know about this thrush childhood illness? I think you just get really red or something. I think that's what thrush is. I don't know. and he splits the stone and water comes pouring out. This is in the desert, mind you, the Sinai Peninsula, presumably outside of Canaan, and water comes flowing out. So Jesus, as cool as turning water into wine is, it's admittedly an excellent party trick. It's like, what if you turn dirt into water? Okay, wine would be cool, but water at least, because Moses could do that. Jesus couldn't do that. I don't know. I feel like God got less and less badass the further along we got in the Bible. Don't let that take anything away from the doxology, though. What I wanted to say is I cut off the cowlick half an hour ago. I said that half an hour ago. I cut it off like 6 hours ago. And we'll see if that helps. Hopefully it doesn't look too bad in the back. I didn't want to look like Alfalfa from the Little Rascals. What's the name of their theme song? Do they have a theme song? Or is that The Good Ship Lollipop? Or was that Shirley Temple? Or both? On the good ship Lollipop. What do we got? We got Spanky, Buckwheat, Alfalfa, The Girl. I think there was like 2 girls maybe. It's like Gilligan's Island. You got Ginger and Marianne. All right. Bob and weave. We all know the hairstyle. We all love it. But how many Chicago-based independent barbers can actually give it to you the way you deserve? Enter Cuts by Q. It's a little like Enter Sandman, but different. Cuts by Q has been independently owned and operated since 1995, and it's probably one of the better barbershop operations here in Chicago, Cook County, Northwest Indiana. I got a car now, so we can do Lake County too. It's pretty much the greater Chicagoland area, which I will mention. From beehives to bangs, faux hawks to flat tops and everything in between, call Cuts by Q at 815-298-7200. You're out there saying, that's where I could call to play a fun game too. All in one day, I can get communion, I can play a fun game, and I can get my hair cut. Guys, I'm like the quick trip of podcasts here. Your one-stop shop for everything. Wall Drug. Famous one-stop shops. Wall Drug. Quick Trip. Casey's General Store. Walmart Supercenter. Beantown Podcast. There's your top 5 list in no particular order. Or email cutsbyq@yahoo.com. I will let you in on a dirty little secret. I'll keep you my dirty little secret. Beantown Podcast at yahoo.com flows into my my iPhone mail account. You can see here we got some, if my mail app loads, I would show you the donation emails that we've received, the proof to be in the Topaz Elite Club. But the Cuts by Q email account, my phone is literally not loading it, which is a lot of fun. Cuts by Q does not load in. There we go. We've got some United Way. We've got some friends. Thank you so much for donating. United Way does not, not United Way. Cuts by Q at yahoo.com. That email does not flow into my app that I check. So it's like a once every 12 month situation. So you're better off calling for booking. Okay. But I don't feel that bad about it because there's so many businesses out there where it's like their last Facebook post was like 6 years ago. And you're like, are you still in business? And it's like, I check at least once every 12 months. So there's something. Okay. That's Cuts, Qutz by Q at yahoo.com. Oh, when you need a fresh do, something snappy or new, just call the experts at Cuts by Q. And then finally, our newest friend of the show here, we developed this, founded this corporation. It's a LLC, S Corp, L Corp, single sole proprietor, 1099 W4, which is really exciting. It's the Beantown Sportsbook. Hey, sports heads. Has it been too long since you made a terrible decision? The all-new Beantown Sportsbook is now live, leveraging the latest AI, advanced analytics, and obnoxious in-app advertising to turn you into a slam dunk. With, spring training happening right now and right around the corner. There's never, because we're kind of in that doldrums, DOLDRUMS of sports now that the Olympics is over, football is over, baseball is not quite here yet. Basketball is kind of, like, I know there's NBA fans out there. I'm not the center of the world myself, but I feel like the second half of the NBA season before playoffs start, it's like, who cares? March Madness, that's coming up. Or what? Is Selection Sunday probably, 3 weekends from today? That's pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to that. I do like March Madness, especially because I won last year. But neither here nor there. With spring training right around the corner, there's never been a better time to send your bets up, up, and away into orbit, just like Buzz Aldrin, who we talked about earlier. Let's see. The Beantown Sportsbook is Sarah Chalk Scrubs Revival coming out this week, February 25th, I believe. Sarah Chalk, full of the best money lines, over-unders, same-game parlays, bet-back guarantees, prop bets, fractional bets, ETFs, and for limited time only a $500 no-risk bet-back winners only just for VIPs, tax-free guarantee for limited time only. Download the app today and use code PLEDGEDRIVE for your, and it's cap sensitive, so it has to be all caps. For your first token bet back unlimited prop free bonus guarantee up to $500. Beantown Sportsbook, bet like a better. So there you go. Thank you, Beantown Sportsbook, for supporting the show. I got to tell you, let me check my notes here. What we're going to do to close out the show. That's right. You're saying, oh, Quinn, stay on all day. Like we'll just turn you on in the background. No, I got stuff to do. You got to go pee. Hydrate. This is really on the to-do list. Last chance. Let's put it this way, because I got 3 more trivia games, and I'll gladly play them together as a community. Right? You don't have to play yourself. You don't have to call in, be put on the spot if you don't want. I'd love to have you play our games. It's not like Saw. Let's play a game, right? It's what was the guy who was Jigsaw? He was the guy who plays Bleecker Bob in Seinfeld, and he just died like last year. What was his name? Anyone in the comments want to put that in? The guy who plays Jigsaw. I think he died. Rest in peace. You don't have to play our game, but we'll play together. Okay, how about that? It's a community-oriented show. And we got 3 more games left to play. So we'll play those. And if you call in before we're all exhausted, 815-298-7200, you can, of course, play one of or all these games by yourself if you'd like to. But the 3 games we have left as we close out today's show. Let me check our notes. Anything else we want to do? Oh, palindrome of the day. Of course. I forgot. Oh, we do have another caller. We'll see if they want to play a game. This is very exciting. Speak of the devil, we Trivia Master over here. Thanks for calling the Beantown Podcast. What's going on? What's happening? How are you?
I'm doing great, boss. I just wanted to check in before the telethon ended. Long time listener, just first time caller. I'm not going to be any use with any of these trivia ones. Even the beard trivia stumped me.
You don't know presidential campaign slogans?
I do not.
How do you feel about movie time?
We could try it, but I don't watch much TV anyway.
Well, this is the silver screen. It's movies. Before we get in there, what's going on? What's happening? How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm on the way home, just getting some groceries and some Little Caesars, which is funny because I remember a while back you had sent over a Christmas card, I think, of you eating Little Caesars with the scarf on a fence. And every time I mention you to my mom, she's like, "Oh, the Little Caesars friend." So coincidence.
Let me ask you this. I've been to Little Caesars, I guess that time to pick up the pizza, and then one other time in my life on my 21st birthday. But it's been 6, 7, 8 years, I don't know, since I went to a Little Caesars. Is there anything new? Do they still have the $5 pizza deal? What's the latest at Little Caesars?
So it's not $5. Shout out inflation. I think they moved on from the hot and ready to what they call the extra most bestest, which is like a double pepperoni one, and it's about $9 down here in Texas now.
Brutal.
And then they do a Detroit style, but I've never seen anyone get that before. Everyone just gets the $9 pizza.
Greg Abbott's got his greedy fingers raising those prices. So there's no $5 option. What's the cheapest option?
I think if you get a plain pepperoni, it's like $7. But they don't even advertise it. The only reason I get it is T-Mobile gives you like a lot of specials with it. They got to be doing some insider trading.
Well, so it's 2:00 Texas time. You're bringing home Little Caesars. Are you working on that now? Are you saving it for more traditional supper time? What's your strategy?
Yeah, this is a late lunch. I just got a late start and was like, man, I don't have time to cook and clean. By the time I do all that, it's going to be dinner already. So let me grab some pizza for now, just get 2 slices, and then the rest will be lunch for 2 days this week.
Fair enough. That's a good call. Well, I appreciate the Little Caesars intel. I haven't thought about Little Caesars in a long time. So it's good to get a refresher. I do wonder, I don't know, I guess I haven't seen the $5 deal in a while. So maybe it just quietly went away all over the place. But something worth investigating on the next episode of Beantown Investigates. So thanks for raising that point. Thanks for the tip, Beantown tip line. I appreciate it. Well, I got a movie quiz, and we'll play this together. And it's a top 5 list. And there's no expectation to get all of them, but just levy your guesses, and we'll see how it goes. It's a very straightforward quiz. Name the highest grossing Best Picture, Oscar Best Picture winners of all time. Top 5 list. So there's about 100 movies to choose from. We're going global box office, I think, or whatever it was when I Googled it. But out of all the Best Picture winners out there, these are the top 5 highest grossing ones.
Titanic's got to be number 1.
It is. There you go. See, you're doing well. That's number 1.
Is Oppenheimer 1?
Oppenheimer's number 3 from 2023. So you're doing pretty good at this. So you got number 1, you got number 3 so far. I'll tell you, they're all 1994 is the oldest one on my list.
So they're.
And in case you were on the fence with this, the Minecraft movie did not ultimately win Best Picture, so that's not on my list.
Admittedly, I got way. All of my Oscar knowledge usually comes from the Beantown preview episodes.
So you're probably about 8 years behind now.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Number 2 was a part of a trilogy, and it's from 2003.
Is it fantasy?
Yeah.
Is it Lord of the Rings?
It is Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. So that's number 2. All right. And then we got number 4 and number 5 left. They're very different films. Let's see. Number 4 is the leading role. The male who is the leading role is in all sorts of, Oscar-nominated films, won Best Actor multiple times. And that movie is from 1994. And then number 5 is more of a historical fiction from 2000 with a banging soundtrack.
Yeah, I'm blanking, man. I
all right. I'll tell you, the 1994 stars Tom Hanks. See if that helps you make a guess at least.
This is embarrassing. I think it's actually in my top 5 favorite movies. Is it Forrest Gump?
It is Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump is number 4. So there we go. And now we're just missing number 5. And they just made the sequel a year or 2 ago, which I never saw, but starred Paul Mescal in the sequel.
Does the sequel have Denzel?
It does, yes.
I saw that. It's Gladiator.
It is Gladiator number 5. There you go. See, we got there. We had Titanic, Return of the King, Oppenheimer, Forrest Gump, and Gladiator. So there you go. Good job. I think you did better than you thought you were going to do.
If it wasn't for the help, probably not.
It's all right.
But yeah, all you had to say with Tom Hanks, he had a son that went to Northwestern.
That's right.
Probably before you did.
Chet, right?
Yeah.
Chet Hanks.
Chet Hayes, rapper extraordinaire.
Chet, and then other son Colin, I think, is more well known on as far as like TV shows and stuff these days. He's been in a couple of things.
Yes, sir. But yeah, I don't want to take up too much of your time, brother. I just wanted to say appreciate you. It's always fun. Last year I didn't get to call in. It ended before I got a chance, so I wanted to get in. I sent you the email for Topaz Elite. So the San Antonio Food Bank appreciates what you do.
I love that. I saw your email when I was just checking it a couple minutes ago. Thanks for supporting a cause that's important to you. I appreciate that, and we'll have a little gift for you in a little bit here. I'll probably send you a message, get your updated address or wherever you are these days. But thanks so much for calling in and playing the game. Spurs going all the way this year?
Yeah, we definitely have a chance. Good young core. Our guards are going well, and Wembanyama is looking like a top 3 player when he's on. So fingers crossed.
I love it. Well, it'd be nice. The Spurs haven't been on top of the mountain in at least 5 years, kind of like the Patriots. So it'd be really nice to, have a new fresh blood team like the Spurs in there. So I'd be looking forward to that.
Yes, sir. Well, just shoot me a message. I'll give you my updated address. I think it was last year or 2 years ago you did the coaster, and that's right next to all my table books. So
excellent.
It really ties it up.
It's really a centerpiece, if you will.
Yes, sir.
Maybe we'll do candelabras this year. We'll have to do some pricing and see how it works.
All right, buddy. Well, you have a good day.
All right. Thanks for calling. Take care.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, folks. It's just that easy in the waning moments. Speaking of moon, waxing and waning moments. Moon X, Facebook, Moon X, YouTube. That's our wine that we worked through today. It's been a fun day. Now I'm thinking about pizza, which is appropriate because I'm going to be having pizza for supper here. You can't quite see it, but in this window behind me, there's a clear view to Old Man Tortorici's Pizza. Excuse me, it's just Tortorici's, but we call them Old Man Tortorici's because there's got to be some, Nona from Naples or Verona where they had the closing ceremonies a lot. I think we're still competing against the closing ceremonies here. Who came over, who emigrated from Verona, brought his Marco Polo inspired pizza recipe. Did we ever get to the bottom? Last thing I'll say here, then we'll play our final games here. Again, you can call in. There's still time. I got 2 more games left, and we're going to play them. So if you want to play them with us live on air, you can. 815-298-7200. Or you can listen and play along. We still have presidential campaign slogans. Am named the country or county by Winter Olympic host city. But what was I saying about did we ever get, when I was a kid, there was murmurs and rumors that pizza was not Italian, it was Chinese. And when Marco Polo he followed the Yangtze River, he came out in Macau or wherever it flows into. They had the secret pizza recipe with the pepperoni and the anchovy and the pineapple and the marinara and occasionally Canadian bacon. And he took that recipe with him all the way back to Naples or wherever he set foot from, Independence, Missouri. I don't know where it was. And that was where pizza was actually Chinese. It was, fireworks, pizza, and clay soldiers. That was sort of the 3 things, and Pearl S. Buck, that China was known for back in the 8th century BC when Marco Polo was traveling. And I don't know if we ever got to the bottom of whether pizza was actually Chinese or Italian or dark horse like Malawian. Probably not Malawian. But I didn't think USA was going to beat Canada in hockey, so who knows? All right, let's wrap up here. Silk Road. What's Spice Road? Silk Road? Spice Road? Silk Road. Silk is from China too. They got a lot of spiders in China, like those big ones from Harry Potter 2. Wasn't there in one of the Hobbit movies there was a big talking spider? Or am I just conflating Harry Potter with hobbits? I don't know. I played the Hobbit soundtrack for Maple's. If you're on Facebook, you can't see here. Here's Maple. Snoozing. I played the Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey soundtrack for Maple's separation anxiety because I heard that the Misty Mountains song sang by, what's his name? The main Hobbit, not Martin Freeman, the other main one. Richard Armitage, is that his name? That's supposed to be good for helping your baby sleep. The Misty Mountains, however it goes. Did not help Maple. So Good for babies, not good for panicked dogs. We got 2 games left, and we're going to jump in here because I got to pee, and I need some fresh air. You ever have one of those days where you're just like, I need some fresh air? It's cold outside. It's not going to be that pleasant, but I just got to do it. So here we go. Play along with us. Let's do presidential campaign slogans first, and then we finish up with Winter Olympics. And that's a good way to end the show because Winter Olympics are literally ending as we speak here. It's a great time capsule here for the 2026 Winter Olympics in Milan Cortina. So here we go. Name the country by Winter Olympic host city. I have 6 host cities for you, and you have to name the country. Number 1, Squaw Valley. SQUAW. Squaw Valley. Reminds me there's an Elton John song called Indian Sunset, which is a great song. Absolutely love it. Especially the acoustic version, Squaw Valley, or acoustic version of Indian Sunset back in 1971, maybe. Madman Across the Water, I think was the album. Just amazing 7 minutes. If you haven't listened to it, if you're looking for just like good quality music for 7 minutes of your life on a Sunday, go listen to Indian Sunset, Elton John, solo acoustic piano. Fantastic. We got it right in the YouTube comments. Thank you in YouTube. We also have another comment. James Taylor James Taylor is good for dogs. Well, I'm going to turn on Steamroller Blues for Miss Maple next time, and we'll see how that goes. That's right. Elvis made it famous, but originally James Taylor song, Steamroller Blues. Well, I'm a steamroller, baby. I bet to roll all over you. Yes, I do. I'm a 10-pound piece of metal junk for you, baby. I bet to roll all over you. Better infuse those steamroller blues. Yeah, Waddy Wachtel on the guitar. Yes, number 1, Squaw Valley is USA. All right, number 2. I think this one maybe it's hosted twice. Innsbruck. INNSBRUCK. Just looks like a place where you could get a nice short stack of pancakes. Innsbruck is our second one here. What country is Innsbruck in? Now I'm thinking of the Von Trapp family singers. Edelweiss, Edelweiss. Bless my homeland forever. I love when Uncle Max comes out, right? He's not actually their uncle, I don't think. But he's introducing them when they're gold medal and the Nazi soldier comes in. It's not Rolf, but it's like Rolf. And he's like, they're gone. Boom. Those cellos come in. Oh, man, it's so hardcore. Boom. And then like the stage adaptation, there's no final showdown in the Abbey. We've spoken on this like 7 years ago on the show before. The Sound of Music saying, let's cut out the final climactic scene in the Abbey where the sisters, they steal the catalytic converter. And it's like, Mother, we've sinned. And they're holding up the exhaust pipe. And then, you got Christopher Plummer and Julie Andrews hiking through Innsbruck and stuff. That's right. Innsbruck is in Austria. See how it all ties together. Number 3, Grenoble. Sounds like a liqueur or something. Grenoble, Grenoble. Now I'm thinking of Grendel. I got to give a shout out to my brothers who are helping me make a kick-ass Beowulf extra credit. This is the stupidest thing. You're homeschooled. Your mom's your teacher. You're pretty much guaranteed an A. And you still do an extra credit project on a Lego Beowulf short film to get extra points. I don't know. And what's the name of the monster? Grendel. And then Grendel's mother, who is total MILF, by the way. If you ever saw the weird like Polar Express animation Beowulf, you guys remember that? And it's got Angelina Jolie, and her titties are all the way out, but it's like okay, still PG-13 probably, or maybe it was R. I don't know, because it's like oddly animated. Did anyone see the Beowulf movie where Angelina Jolie, hottest she's ever looked? I know there was the movie in the 90s where it's like the whatever, it's a French title, and Kevin from The Office gets it right on the Office trivia episode from season 8 or 9 or whatever. But I was going to say, now I have to go look at that clip later. I'm not looking at that clip later if my wife's listening. I'm definitely not going to check it out. I know what Angelina Jolie looks like. You know, she looks beautiful with clothes on. It's great. I don't need to watch Beowulf, but I've never seen it. Grenoble is from France. 1968, Grenoble. Grendel's mother, MILF. Number 4, Albertville. Albertville. Where is Albertville? You know what? I have the right answer in my notes, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, are we sure that's right? I want to confirm before I spread false information. It is. If you're curious, it's not a city. This will probably help you. Not a city. It's a sub-prefecture. Sub-prefecture. S-U-B-P-R-E-F-E-C-T-U-R-E. Albertville is in France. I don't have anything fun to say about Albertville. It is what it is, okay? Number 5, St. Moritz. What country is St. Moritz in? I didn't even know Moritz was a saint. We're getting a lot of good YouTube comments, Facebook comments. I love this. Where is St. Moritz? I think I knew a guy named Moritz, but I don't remember in what capacity. We had a great, when I worked at the law school, we had this great, maybe he's watching right now. What was his name? It wasn't Hans. It was he was from Vienna. Vienna waits for you. That's me singing Billy Joel. It was hard to tell. Slow down, you happy child. You're so dang good. Every time I was watching ice hockey or speed skating these last 2 weeks, the song in my head playing was Running on Ice by Billy Joel. I get no traction because I'm running on ice, paying the price for love. St. Moritz was in Switzerland. And what was the name? I feel bad. What if you are watching? You were the law clerk in admissions when I worked in admissions for like a year. Fantastic. Great worker. Really kind. You never have one of those situations where like you feel really bad that you can't remember someone's name. Not because it's like you can't remember, but just because they were a very good person, reliable, kind, smart. And you can't remember their name, and it's frustrating. We do, yeah. We got it's from my aunt. That's where Moritz comes from. My aunt is not named Moritz, but okay. A friend in that circle. Final bonus question: name the country. Actually, 2 bonus questions for you here because this shows you how creative the next 2 Winter Olympics are. You thought Cortina was cool. Next up, we have French Alps. Anyone want to guess? What country French Alps is in? French Alps is the clue. We'll throw in 20, what are we up to, 2057? No, the next Winter Olympics will be 2032. The name of the Olympics is Utah. Utah. It's not like Utah Street where they have Camden Yards in Maryland, Baltimore. This is UTAH, Utah. If you're curious, French Alps, we have a Kazakhstan guess. Good guess. French Alps is in France. Utah is in U.S. Utah coming in clutch with the Winter Olympics. They just had it in 2002. Feels like it was yesterday. Was Johnny Weir at the 2002 Olympics, or was he more of a Torino guy? I got traders on the mind now. But yeah, there you go. Utah is U.S. 2034. And then French Alps 2030. Starting to feel really old, 2030. Okay, our last game. This is it, guys. Our last game. We've done movie time. We've done beer. We've done Winter Olympics. We've done Rivers of Asia. I distinctly remember 10 minutes ago saying, let's do presidential campaigns and then finish with Winter Olympics because Winter Olympics is ending right now. And then I did Winter Olympics anyways. So we skipped presidential campaigns. We'll give it 1 minute on the clock. If you're listening out there, if you are a presidential buff, even if you've already played a game and you think you can slay these presidential campaign slogans, as I'm slurring my words here, I have 6 slogans for you. You name the president. I'll even give you the year as a bonus. This is the last thing we're doing because I got to pee really bad. Not so bad where it's like all hell's breaking loose, but like 5-10 minutes. Tippecanoe and Tyler too. That's a good one. We have in the YouTube comments. It's not in my list, but I'll tell you what, it's in a similar vein because we have maybe 1 or 2 that were like, okay, that's a legitimate good one. And then we have like 3 or 4 that are just, this is stupid. This is silly. Not because it's so hard, but just because it's stupid. So if you want to play 815-298-7200, last chance workout, like Jillian Michaels would say. What was the name of the host of Biggest Loser? She was on a soap opera, Allison something, the blonde lady. Haven't seen much from her in the last 15 years. There was a Biggest Loser documentary 6-ish months ago, 6 months to a year ago. And I don't think we ever finished it. It was like 3 parts. We watched the first 2 episodes. And but Bob, not Bob Hope, Bob, not Bob Barker, Bob, the other Bob, Bob, what's his name? Someone on YouTube tell me, Allison Sweeney, thank you, YouTube. Someone tell me Bob's last name. Bob Harper? I think it's Bob Harper. He was on Traders last season. Traders is such an interesting, I was telling this to my wife a couple episodes ago. It's like the people who are really good at Traders get voted out quickly. The people who are really bad at Traders get voted out eventually. And it's just like that weird in the middle people who don't like contribute or participate who get left at the end. So now we have the guy from Dancing with the Stars. We have the girl from Love Island. And we have Johnny Weir and Tara Lipinski. And it's like, you guys are not the worst at the game, but you are not good at the game. It's kind of weird. I don't know. Okay, let's play our final game. We'll all play together. We got 6 people on YouTube. I don't know how many people on Facebook. It doesn't tell me. But thanks, everyone, for sticking it out with us. I appreciate it. This is our last game. Then we're playing our outro music, and that's the pledge drive. Presidential campaign slogans. I have 6 for you here. Number 1, this is a straight shooter. That's not it. This is what it actually is. A square deal for all. Whose presidential campaign was a square deal for all? And I'll give you a clue. This is a tough one. 1908 was the year of a square deal for all. There's a great Flash game when I was growing up from nitrome.com, Nitrome, called Square Deal, or that's what that was. Square Meal, rather. You're like this little monster. You eat these blocks of concrete and you shoot them at the monsters to kill them. It's called Square Meal. Go check it out. A square deal for all was William Howard Taft. I call him Bill, but William Howard Taft, 1908. A square deal for all. I don't need the year. Here's the next one, but it was from a similar year, 1912. A square deal all around. Now, was he poking fun at a square deal for all? I don't know. But 1912, this, and I should mention, these answers to the questions, sometimes they're president, sometimes they're not. Anyone who ran for president can be involved in this. Anyone can have a campaign. Beantown could have a campaign. We have a guess in the YouTube comments. A square deal all around, 1912. It's not Taft. That would be very tricky. A square deal all around, 1912. That is, YouTube was right, Teddy Roosevelt. Very well done. And I'm thinking about Theo from The Cosby Show. Rest in peace. Talked about that 2 hours ago. What have our song recommendations been? Well, we had a whole rock and roll quiz, but we had Cruisin', specifically the Huey Lewis, Gwyneth Paltrow version. We had Roof Garden, Al Jarreau. Anyone want to go waltzing in the garden? Anyone on the roof with me? You don't know what Al Jarreau sounds like. That's what he sounds like. That's good stuff. It's kind of scatting. Oh, we got one final call to play the last 4 questions. I appreciate that. I hope they like presidents. All right, Beantown Podcast, 9th Annual Pledge Drive Telethon Fundraiser. This is officially the last call because we got 4 questions left in our final trivia game. What's going on? What's happening? How are you? Go ahead and mute the stream on your end so we don't get the echo. What's happening?
Hey, brother.
How's it going?
Good. How was your pledge drive going?
It's almost done. You joined us for the last game. I hope you like presidential campaign slogans.
I'm ready. Not my forte, but we'll see how this goes.
All right, you're jumping in for number 3 here, which is from 1944. Do we or don't we?
Do we or don't we? And I guess which president?
The answer is someone who ran for president. They could have become president. They could have not become president. Do we or don't we?
Do we or don't we? 1944. Isn't that FDR?
Nope, but that's a good guess. This person was famously, his name was part of the clue I just gave you.
Something Dewey.
That's right, Thomas Dewey, who eventually would be known for the 1948 election, right? Dewey defeats Truman, with Truman holding up the newspaper. I think it was the Beantown Times, but yeah, Thomas E. Dewey. I'm guessing his middle initial is E. That just feels right, doesn't it? Someone on the YouTube chat can fact check us. All right, you're 1 for 1. We're going to go back in time ever so slightly because I missed this one. This is a classic campaign slogan from 1920. I know this is your favorite president. Return to normalcy. 1920. Return to normalcy.
Let's see. 1920 would have been. Yeah, I gotta think of second president. President's 1920 would have been. 1920.
Middle name of Dewey is Edmund, apparently.
Oh, for Dewey.
Yeah.
Weird.
Middle initial of return to normalcy. Middle initial is a G.
1920. I don't know that one president. I'm not quite sure.
First name Warren.
Warren G. Oh, isn't that
YouTube's got it. It's not Warren Moon, but it's not soft. It's not
Harding.
easy. It is Harding. There we go. Warren G. Harding. All right, we're doing well. We got 2 left here.
I'm sweating.
This one's appropriate because this person has been in the news recently. It's from 1988, and the slogan was "Keep Hope Alive."
Wasn't that what Obama ran on with hope or something?
In 1988?
Not in 1988, but I'm just saying in general. Wasn't that like his big thing was hope or something?
Change.
Change. 1988. Wasn't that Ronald Reagan?
No, Reagan wouldn't have been eligible to run in 1988. Too old.
Oh.
No, not too old. Just 3 terms.
88.
You gotta switch races here.
Got married.
You gotta think of a different race.
Race.
Yeah, race. No whites.
No whites in this one?
I'm like the anti-George Wallace. No whites.
That doesn't help me.
Alliterative name. I've got my wife on Facebook. Let's see if she can come on the camera. Let's try.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. That 1988 president.
They just died.
Which president just died?
Not a president.
One of the, what?
Not a president.
Oh, not a president?
Nope.
Just died. Reverend Jesse Jackson.
That's it. Yep. Jesse
really?
Jackson said, "Keep hope alive." All right.
Yeah, nice.
Here's our last one from 2016. We all remember the Republican National Convention, the debates from 2016. It was a lot of fun before things just got really dark. Who said this in 2016? Tanned, rested, ready.
Can you repeat that?
Tanned, rested, ready.
Tanned, rested. 2016. Did Trump say that?
It wasn't Trump. Someone else who's pretty tan, but a different race. We're all about races here on the campaign trivia.
I see that. 2016.
It's probably someone you haven't thought about since 2016, unless you live in Louisiana.
2016. Clinton ran that. Hillary Clinton ran in 2016.
But it was Republican.
Well, right, yeah.
I think they got like 11th place, so pretty good.
I don't remember that one.
Louisiana governor. Anyone in the comments come up with a Louisiana governor from 2016? First name.
Can I get some help there?
First name probably. I don't know how to do that with this technology. I don't know. First name is probably Robert, but I don't know that for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pass on that one.
All right. So our last trivia question of the day. That was Bobby Jindal.
No memory of that person is.
He was a Louisiana governor. Kind of reminds me of a couple pledge drives ago when we thought we were going to have, what's her name, who does national security now, right, from Hawaii. She was a Democrat. Now she's a Republican. What's her name? I legitimately can't remember. Someone on YouTube or Facebook help me out here. Who was a T? Her name started with a T, something like that. She's from Hawaii. She was Republican. She kind of got like the silver streak in her hair. What was her name? She was going to call in and then she wasn't. Tulsi Gabbard. There it is. Thank you. Oh, Matt Fiedler, our taxes expert. Wait till we get to Matt Fiedler's taxes special this year, because for the first time in my life, I am having to amend my taxes, which is a lot of fun. So I can't wait to amend my taxes, and we're going to have Matt Fiedler. He's doing it all for free. It's really exciting. So I'm really excited to have him do that live. Yeah, he volunteered, and I said, okay, well, yeah, you can do it live on air. So he's really looking forward to it. So we talked a lot about it before we went live today. So, well, I appreciate you playing. Anything else going on?
No, not much. Just wanted to pop on and say hi and come to Fundraiser as well and play a game a little bit.
I have one final trivia question for you and for everyone else, because you were just down there. I don't know exactly where, but we're going to all take a guess together, and I'll check my Google Maps to verify, and we'll see how it goes. Everyone gets to guess. Fastest route possible in a car, Cancun, Mexico to Seattle, Washington. Hours and minutes. Place your bets. Place your guesses. Closest becomes a Topaz Elite member, whether you donated to charity or not. So the stakes are high. Okay?
To drive?
To drive from Cancun, Mexico to Seattle, Washington. Hours, minutes is the final question of the Pledge Drive Telethon. And I haven't looked this up. So while we're thinking of that, we have actual questions in the YouTube comments. How do I pledge? So we changed things up this year with the Beantown Pledge Drive Telethon fundraiser. All you have to do, there we go. We got in the comments. You donate to any cause, charity of your choice, RNC, whatever you want to do, $20 or more. Email us, text us, whatever you want to do, beantownpodcast@yahoo.com. Receipt of your donation, and you will instantly be part of the Topaz Elite Club. You'll get a special gift from us here at the Beantown Podcast. So that's all you have to do. We're not raising money directly for the show anymore. The show will be just fine. Show goes on, like Bruce Hornsby would say. Show goes on, and the dead else is starting. Still without you, show goes on. And we'll get you in our Topaz Elite Club. We have our first guest here from Cancun to Seattle. I'm going to guess this is maybe on the lower end, but probably close. 6 hours and 50 minutes. I should specify, this is what Google Maps says, not based off of who's driving. So any, it could be, you could be a slow driver, you could be a fast driver. Slow ride, take it easy. But if you are just the average Google Maps driver, however they determine that speed limit, I don't know. It goes from kilometers to miles. When you go from Juarez to San Diego, it's confusing. You don't have to do that. Just take a guess. I will take a guess, and then I'm going to go to Google Maps here. Let's see. Cancun is really far down there. Mexico is...
It's going to be over 60 hours.
Let me think. I'm running through the permutations in my head. Okay, we got the gaps in the Sierra Occidentals, the Sierra Accidentals, Baja California. There could be a little side. Now, I saw Sicario, directed by Denis Villeneuve. There could be stoppages at the border. And then trying to get through, I don't know if you guys have ever trying to get past SeaTac on 5 p.m. on a Friday. It's brutal. Thankfully, today is a Sunday. So with all of my permutations and permeations and calculations in my head, I'm like, Digit, the bird, voiced by Gilbert Gottfried, rest in peace, from Cyber Chase, the PBS Kids show. I'm going to guess that it takes you 47 hours, 21 minutes to go from Cancun to Seattle. Matt Fiedler in our YouTube comment says, who is driving? Google Maps is driving, apparently. So take your final guesses. I said, what did I say? Like 47 hours, something like that. So take your final guesses. I'm typing it in now. We're getting our start destination, Cancun. We're getting our end destination, Seattle. And we are going to find out what the answer is. I'm about to reveal it for myself. So I have the answer. We have 63 hours in the comments. We have 38 hours, 22 minutes. We have 6 hours, 50 minutes. I said 47 hours. Sister on the phone, what's your guess? You said over 60. What's your actual guess?
Well, if you're driving, it's going to be over 60. But if you're flying, which I've done that flight not many times, if you're flying, it's going to be like a direct flight from Cancun to Seattle is probably like 6-ish hours.
We're driving. We're definitely driving.
So if we're driving, it's going to be over 60 hours.
Okay.
I would say around 60.
Okay.
You gotta go around the coast. That whole coastline right there is not easy to drive either.
Wrong turn in Albuquerque. Yeah, all that stuff. All right, here it is. Drum roll. This is the final answer right now on a Sunday, according to Google Maps. The answer is 76 hours. There we go, from Cancun up to Seattle. And if you're interested, they have you going up through Texas, New Mexico, Utah, Idaho, Oregon, and Washington. So there you go. There is the answer. It's a lot more than I thought.
That's a lot
76 hours, which is about, what, 3 days and change, something like that. Maybe a little bit more if you stop once or twice. Yeah, really stop once or twice for gas. So, all right, well, there you go. There it is. That's the end of our trivia games. Any final thoughts here?
No, thanks for letting me hop on.
Anytime. It's always a treat. I think that's what I got for you. Thanks for calling in. I appreciate it.
No problem. Have a good rest of your blood drive.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Take care.
I love you. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, folks. Well, let me check my notes. Let me make sure there's nothing obvious that we missed. I've closed out all of my tabs. So that's it. That's what it is. Let's check our texts. Excuse me. See if there's anything else. Just a lot of people from my part-time job where I have the notifications muted, but they still show up in the texts. And it's a bunch of Chinese kids getting advice on their college applications. Nothing else on my end. Let's see. Let's make sure we got our outro music queued up, ready to go here. And you all will get a little really exciting sneak peek behind the scenes of what I do in the last 2 minutes while the outro music is playing, because it's not just officially connected like we had when we had GarageBand. I just sit here and play it on my smartphone while I sit here and pet the dog. So it's really exciting if you want the behind the scenes look. There's nothing else. That's what I have. I appreciate everyone who called in. Thank you for playing our game. Most importantly, thank you for our games. Thank you for donating to charity of your choice, a cause of your choice. This is an annual thing. I don't think anyone who's here 9 seasons in is new to this, but in case you're new, we do this every year. Raise money for charity. I'll be matching what you donated $1 for dollar to my charity, United Way, here of Chicago. And judging by the donations that poured in today, we're going to have to forget about the house for another year. So thank you for that. That's what I had today. If you're not like plugged in every week, Beantown Podcast, new episodes every single week from January 2018 to the present day, every week, never miss an episode. That's my pledge to you all. So I know it's a Sunday. There's 3, 4, 5 hours of daylight left. Go out there and enjoy it. Facebook cut me off, so that means it's time to go. So YouTube, thank you for watching. If you're audio, if you listen to the entire 150-minute stream, you're crazy. But thanks so much for being here for our show. I appreciate it. That's going to do it for us. Maple, any final words? No. That's what I had for you guys. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be with you next week for an all-new episode, last episode of February. Who knows what we'll talk about? That's how the Beantown podcast goes. Oh, last final thing. If you have any horse name suggestions, the Kentucky Derby is right around the corner here in April or May. I think it's in May. So it's never too early to send in your listener suggestions. I'll be honest with you guys. I've got some dynamite names for this year already lined up. But I like to reserve one spot for the listener suggestions. And I read all of your suggestions on air, whether you make it to the top 10 list or not. So if you want to be part of that, you can go ahead and submit your name, email, text, phone call, whatever. That's what I got for you. For all of us here at the Beantown Podcast, here comes the outro music. Thanks for listening to our pledge drive. I really appreciate it. My name is Quinn David Furness. I hope you stay safe, stay sane. Thanks for donating. We'll check in on you guys next week. Bye-bye. Good job, Maple. Pretty good job, buddy. That was pretty fun. My pup is crazy. My pup's been talking to no one for like 2 hours. Where the heck is my mom? Where's mom? Like, what the heck? We need Moses to come split the rock to get us some more water, right, buddy? What a show. It's pretty fun, right, buddy? Pretty cool. It's pretty fun to be on a pledge drive. That's pretty cool. Pretty fun, right, buddy? Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, buddy. That's a wrap. Bye, guys. Well, I gotta end 2 streams at once. I got one hand here. There's no end button on YouTube. We'll do it live. Where's the end button? There's the end button on the audio. All right. It's actually ending now. So text me if you want to talk more. Bye. Yes. Why do you have to click end twice? Jeez.